Hey! Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hi. Hi, Scott and Rafe and Lern and Moon. Gang's all here, and we are in the studio.
We are
together.
live.
We are in a studio in
Burbank,
downtown Creve Coeur, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri. Broadcasting live.
Is this considered downtown Creve Coeur?
No, this is the county.
No, I mean the downtown of Creve Coeur.
I think you're right.
Creve Coeur, of course. Yeah, we're at City Place.
Downtown.
This is the county.
Yeah. No, this is the county, yes. This is the county, guys.
If they were going to have a Creve Coeur town parade, would it be on this street?
Yeah. Olive?
Down Olive, yeah.
Or is there another?
Or Ballas,
Is there a little cute part of Creve Coeur we don't know about?
They'd probably do it as a park, even though it's that's the way out of Creve Coeur.
It's damn near Maryland Heights.
I know. But, you know, Creve Coeur Park, I mean, it's something.
Yeah, but this is the major thoroughfare outside the window here.
Oh, yes, it's a thoroughfare for sure.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Very thorough.
This street won't allow drive-thrus in restaurants. I'm not sure they're shutting it down
And I'm
for
all
any
about
parades.
Yeah.
What's going up next door? There's some
Probably a bank.
construction. Is it a bank?
Probably. The new Bank of America over here is going to be sweet. You see that? The construction for that?
Oh, the glass one?
Yeah.
It is
I mean, it's going to be sweet.
Yeah. Not keeping my money in a glass bank, dude.
Sweet looking, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not an idiot. Oh, sweet looking, or like, oh, it's going to be awesome because we're going to use it for banking.
Banking. I don't know. It almost
I
looks
can't
like a
wait to
headquarters.
bank there, guys.
I do want to bank there just based on how damn beautiful it is.
Bank of America can suck it.
Oh.
I'll go up against the corporate.
Oh, yeah?
I'll
Big
buck
bank?
the corporate
Oh,
banks.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm willing to take a stand.
I like it.
What do you got against Bank of America?
Where do you
The
begin?
fees?
I banked there when I was in college, and they would do this thing where, and I'm sure all banks do it, but it pissed me off, and I've never let it go.
Because they're banks.
It's like when Moon got food poisoning at Jack in the Box. Never forget.
Never forget.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you, man. Because they would do this thing like you
Burn
know,
me
I
once.
was a college kid. I'd have like $18 in my freaking bank account, but you'd like buy, you know, you're swiping for everything at Gatorade. You're on campus, you're buying like, you go to the bookstore between classes and I'd get a candy bar or something. And I'd be like, yeah, you swipe your card for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then let's say I'd go to Schnucks and I'd get groceries and I'd overdraft. And all these swipes, say I had 7 or 8 swipes in a day. Well, the last one, I went over. Well, they don't run them chronologically. They run them biggest to smallest. So they bust your bank account with the big one, and then they charge you overdrafts on $1 swipe for a candy bar. $25 overdraft. $1 for a Gatorade, $25 overdraft. Then you'd like look at your bank account and you'd be $800 in the negative. And they'd be like, "You owe us this." And I'd be like, "But I didn't. I made one error. I overdrafted one time. I should get one overdraft fee." And they were like, "That's not how we run our overdraft."
You mean they went,
not at Bank of America? And I go, that sounds like the Bank of North Korea to me.
How do you think they paid for that building
Yeah, I didn't
down
think
there?
they could afford the big glass building.
Exactly. That's why when the brick goes through the window, it won't be me doing it
Okay, well.
at 4 a.m.
It'll be,
Enjoy your glass house, Bank of America.
Whoa.
it'll be
Some other person.
Leif Dilliams.
That's right. It'll be
Leif Williams.
it'll be
That guy-
Dilf Gilliams.
The actor?
Heck of a throw.
Dilf Gilliams, yeah.
No, I think that may be a bank going up next door.
I mean, it is a dirty practice. We can admit that, right? Or maybe
That's
all
why I
banks
keep
do.
my money in a coffee can buried in the backyard.
Hell yeah.
Because it's taking advantage of people that already don't have money.
Whose backyard?
If I didn't have $18,
Random backyard.
you think I got $800? And so then the overdraft fees, pile up, and then your check will get deposited and just be gone.
That's where you go to.
Well, that seems to be a he who overdrafted problem.
Seems to be a you problem.
That's true, but I'm also like, this isn't a now problem. I was 20 years old, I was 19 years old.
Well, didn't they get
What?
sued or something because they were like one of their big profit chunks is from overdrafts at
You guys-
one point.
Yeah.
They made like billions off overdrafts.
Yeah, they did.
I want to know what flavor of Gatorade you were buying when you were at college. Like, what were we talking? Like,
Arctic
Riptide
Blast?
Rush?
Yeah, it's probably Arctic Blast.
Sweet.
Might have been Riptide Rush. That the purple one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't find Riptide Rush anywhere anymore. That's my flavor. It's my go-to, and it's nowhere to be found.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh,
hear?
I was
What?
swiping.
No. No.
Don't tell her.
I was getting crippling debt berry, which was a very rare, because
It's just brown.
very rare $27 Gatorade. Like this Gatorade's $2 plus 25 for Bank of America getting a cut. Well, I'll stand up at the big banks if you guys are scared. That's fine.
Yeah.
I
This is why I go credit union.
I go to Commerce. I've had a Commerce bank account since I was like 15, since I was working.
I love my bank now.
Listen, I've been a BOA guy for a while, so I got no problems.
Together Credit Union.
He is big bank over here.
I'm a BOA guy. Hey.
Yeah, he's got the kind of money.
BOA
big
bucks?
Chase.
Yeah, that's it.
You got BOA bucks. I've had my bank forever, and I've been loyal to them because when I found a bank that was cool, they were so different. Because they would even when I was in college in Edwardsville, I had a bank that was like a small local bank, and they'd be like, hey, they'd send you a text if you were overdraft and be like, give you overdraft protection and offer it to you and try to like work with you on stuff.
That's nice.
Oh, by the way, so what was happening to you with the overdrafts is no longer a thing. Like Bank of America was sued.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that.
Nickel and dime their customers. That's good.
Let me see here. Doug on the instant feedback says, Rahid, if you hear 100, I think he called you Rahid.
Yeah,
100% right. They did it to me too. And Wachovia Bank in the South does the same thing, and so does Commerce. I don't think they do that anymore.
I want to know this. People that work at banks, you know, like let's say you got a Joe Buck who you see in town, or a Devin Allman, or a Ozzie Smith, somebody that is a prominent figure. Is it like the medical records where you work for said place and
they're not allowed to discuss your balances?
No, you can't. They're not discussing, they're not disclosing, they're not taking anything out of the building, but for their own human curiosity.
Yeah.
Are they looking at like how much Joe Buck's got in his
Gotta be.
account?
I think about that all the time because there's, you know, when I walk in, there's a couple of them there that I see often, and they're fans.
Sure.
And I know every single time I walk out and I go, "Is 100%." They have looked and gone, well, that's not as much as I thought.
Right.
I would do that.
Oh, yeah.
I would do it.
For a fact.
I would do it.
I would
know
not
that
share.
they're thinking that.
I would never go out of the building, but for my own little, this is, you know,
This is
privileged
for me.
information. I work here. I don't
This
make
is
a lot
for
of money.
me.
Let me just, Moon Valjean. I would want to know.
Guaranteed. Has to be.
You wouldn't do it?
I'm sure
You
I would.
would.
Of course I would.
We'd all do it.
Dude, or it's not even you looking it up. Like, that is your customer. So Joe Buck comes into a Bank of America or Commerce Bank, wherever he does his business.
Oh, they know.
And they're, oh my goodness, like, you know, this dude's got $1 million in his
got a lot of
savings
bucks.
account.
I need to know. You don't need to know.
Well, no, you're looking at his account because you're dealing with him and you're having a professional engagement.
They know. My
Okay.
ex-girlfriend worked at a bank, and she knew, like, Mike Shannon's restaurant was right near it, and they did their banking there, and they know. They see it.
So here's my question. What,
They're not supposed to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what let's talk about it. And I'm sure there's tracking to see who accesses that information.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, so here's my question is, I'm sure each financial institution has their own policies and all that, but what's the federal protection against that? Like, is there, you know, with HIPAA, like a nurse is in trouble, boy, like federally in trouble if they say anything. And there's like, you know, those laws have helped protect a lot of things. And, you know, even if you go into a hospital to do volunteer things, I mean, you are reminded of HIPAA practices and different things. So what are the federal protections as far as someone having access to that information but not being able to discuss it at some campfire when they're hammered with their buddies?
I would imagine there's some kind of law.
There is the Right of Financial Privacy Act of 1978.
Yes, that's
So
what
it protects the confidentiality of personal financial records by creating a statutory Fourth Amendment protection.
It says that account access is completely recorded and monitored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you're a teller at, you know, the U.S. bank next door here, I'm sure if you go into somebody's bank account, they could tell.
Right, but I'm saying like what I'm not talking about that. I'm not worried about getting robbed.
No, I mean even just looking at information.
Amber says the bank has you sign a document saying that you will not share info upon working there. So that's nice.
Well, it's as good as that document.
Yeah, cool document.
That's it.
Cool
It's
fine print.
It's HIPAA, though.
It's,
Cool fine print in the stack of papers that somebody signed when they got hired 18 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the
Honestly,
reminders of as far as
You know, it's
federal
like- it's
They're
regulation.
hiring bank tellers walking in off the street at some places, like, which isn't bad. It's a good job, but
We're
I'm
going to
just
say
saying,
like pillow talk, like talking to your spouse in bed. Hey,
Scott Rizzuto's got an OnlyFans
got
account
a,
he keeps overdrafting into.
I got a gander at, Ozzie Smith's bank account. Guess how much this guy's got?
Right.
Yeah, or disputing a charge, too. Like, when I dated the bank teller, she would be like, oh, so-and-so came in and had all these porn charges they were trying to dispute. It would be like these companies. She would, like, tell me the names, like the incognito names of the companies that would show up on your bank draft. But then she'd have to call them to dispute, and it'd be like,
Pick up the phone.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, people are saying, hey, if we did work at a bank and we were accessing people's accounts just to look, we could be arrested.
Good.
This is why we don't work at banks.
Yeah, this is why we don't.
You don't.
I'm where I need to be.
We could be arrested. I mean, I don't know how much weight that has. It's like 100 different things that people could do that you could say could be arrested.
Well, if you're accessing somebody's bank account for...
Again, I'm not talking about the access. They're going to have the access when I'm depositing whatever.
Right.
I'm talking about
what
are the federal protections as far as somebody discussing that with their best buddy Joe.
Yeah, but you know what, though? When you deposit money, it's not like on their screen it says how much you have in there.
It does.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I mean, they always ask you, do you want to print out?
Yeah, and then you just print it out for them.
They see it.
I don't know.
It's on there, dude.
Listen.
It's on there.
When the old tube comes down through the pneumatic tube machine, I don't know what's on the other end.
They see it.
I don't know what's on the other end, dude. I don't want to know.
Your account information,
I don't want to know.
including the amount.
I don't want to know how the sausage is made, okay?
Everything you've worked for.
This might give you...
They have the dimensions of your schlong.
Yeah.
For all I know, they could be keeping, like, Bank of America may have a big lawn and just a bunch of different holes and a bunch of different rusty Folgers cans that my money's in. I have no idea.
That's where those pneumatic tubes go?
Yeah.
Right into a Folgers can?
To a Folgers can.
And it has to be Folgers because there is no other way. It's a perfectly shaped and perfectly large
and
can.
Good, yeah. Good for putting wadded up bills.
You got that right.
That is something that I wish I'd have learned 2 decades before, is that not all financial institutions are created equal. Like my parents, like never, they're just like, yeah, we bank here because it's the closest one.
I got a story about this later,
they never told me anything about that. I don't think they even knew. And then come to find out, like, man, if these people deny you over here, you just go to the next one and talk to them. They may be all down with small business or somebody, you know what I mean? Like everybody's doing totally different things.
America's right down the street.
I'm curious what was the payout when they got sued? Did they settle?
No, they probably just had.
Maybe you got money coming your way.
They were probably
maybe now I can hound them.
There you go.
They'd be like, you actually owe me.
That's right.
money.
Overdraft their ass.
You overdrafted me, and I want my money now. Because, dude, for years, it's over now, but for years I refused to pay it, and they sent me to collections. So then, like, even after they got sued, I was still getting calls from, like, all these collection agencies.
The worst.
Which is the worst, but it's like anyone will tell you that if you've let something go for a long time, it comes off your credit after 10 years, I think, right?
I think it's 11.
I was having this exact conversation last night with Tim because I have a SoundCloud account that has all my interviews and audio from my career on there, and I pay $144 a year to have this plan.
Damn.
Listen, I canceled the plan, or I didn't cancel the plan. My annual subscription ran out, and I kept getting emails, hey, payment declined, payment declined. So I went to cancel it, but it kept saying payment declined because it auto-renewed. And I told Tim last night, I go, I'm so sick of getting these damn emails like once a week. And the whole thing was messed up. Like I kept trying to change my credit card and whatnot. And I said, it counts against your credit if you don't pay even these smaller little subscriptions, right? Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think that counts.
Well, if they can send it to credit.
That's what I mean.
But why would they send it to credit? You're not getting the service.
No, I am still getting it. It auto-renewed and just gave me access.
You still have access to it?
I still have access, and it's like, you have this until September 2025. And I'm like, well, son of a bitch, because...
I think that's their problem.
That's what I thought. And this is a company that I didn't realize SoundCloud is from, like, Germany.
That could be a loophole. They might try to like send you to credit on that.
But I've never heard of that. I've never heard of like any sort of situation where there's a service trade for a credit card and they can't charge you, but then go to credit, unless you're using the service. And again, if they're providing the service, that's different than you like.
Well, you sign up for the auto renewal,
which I didn't know.
Yeah,
you
but
sign up for the auto renewal, and you keep getting billed.
You don't keep
getting billed. You keep getting an email saying
overdue.
Your card has been declined.
Yeah, and your payment is
which means that we now have the right to cancel your service, right?
But they won't.
Some places, yes, like Netflix, Hulu, etc. They just cut off your access to the streaming service. But
I don't know about this.
Other companies, if they keep giving you access and they're billing you like, hey, your payment was declined, so now you owe us this. Like if the cell phone company didn't turn your cell phone off and you had auto pay, and they would be like, well, now you owe us for 3 months. They could probably sue you for that.
That's what I mean.
So I'm curious if SoundCloud's that way.
So I was having a real conniption fit last night, and Tim's like, just don't. He goes, it's going to cancel, and your credit's not going to get dinged. And I go, I just got to get rid of this. I can't deal with the email, dude. I can't have another email come in, and I got it all figured out. And then I canceled it for 2025 in September of next year. What's that?
Did you cave and pay it?
I did, because it was overdue, and it all automatically renewed.
They win.
They get us, dude. They got us by the balls.
Well, now SoundCloud's building a big glass building.
Yeah, SoundCloud. It's a big glass cloud.
That's what's coming in next door to us.
I will say this, though. And this is important for people to know, because I credit counselor, listen to a bunch of podcasts, talk to a credit counselor. They said, like, if you have something like that hanging from when you were younger, after 10 years, if you don't make a payment on something, they can't ding your credit with it anymore. They can't report on it. But if you make one payment for 1 cent,
it resets.
That time limit resets. So if you've gone 8 years for some old overdraft or credit card that you, whatever, from when you were in college or something like that, you're better off to wait the 2 years. Unless you want to pay the whole thing in full, because what they'll also do is they'll charge you all these fees as they sell it to creditors. And then a $200 debt all of a sudden is $4,000. And they're trying to collect on it.
Thank you, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
This credit advice brought to you by Rafe Overdraft King.
Look it up, dude.
Williams.
Yeah, this is Overdraft Kings.
Yeah, this is Overdraft Kings, dude.
Not draft
where
kings,
you're betting with your own credit. What's the over/under on the 700 credit score if you do this?
Speaking of commerce, did you see they started knocking down the Chesterfield Mall yesterday?
No,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there were actually people. They had the parking lot fenced off, and there were people actually like parked outside the fence with their kids.
Did they move all the Teslas that they'd been storing
there? There's no more Teslas there.
I got to go in a couple months ago because there was an auction there, and I had to pick something up. And man, it was wild. Just you know those movies when like a city's been abandoned or something, and they try to show you what nature would look like.
When nature takes over.
Take it back over.
Jumanji.
Man, it happens quick.
That's what the mills too. The mills up there and.
Oh yeah, what's going on with that?
Yeah, is this still?
Remember they were going to do that big sports complex. Dan Buck was a big part of that.
Right.
I don't know what's going on now, but
is it done? Like the doors are shut?
No, there's still the. I think the ice rink is still there.
Oh, okay. So there's still people going in and out of it.
Okay, so they're still working on all that.
I'm excited for this new Chesterfield walkabout thing that they're going to be.
Well,
making.
do you know when it's going to be?
2035.
It's
2028.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. But hey, it's going to be really cool.
That's not that bad.
I think we're going to. Chesterfield and West County is coming up. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday about it. Like the fact that we have the factory now in the valley, essentially, and then all these cool just eateries that are popping up. West County is where it's at.
Yeah. Demolition has begun at the old Chesterfield Mall, and the first thing they took down was the big marquee that said Chesterfield Mall. Like they had two big.
141. It was like on the 141 side.
No, Olive and
Olive.
or Clarkson and 40.
Clarkson, yeah,
Clarkson. Yes, I believe so. I believe on that side, the big white Chesterfield Mall sign. I think it was right next to the Cheesecake Factory. The old Cheesecake Factory. That they had two big trucks take that thing down. So the Chesterfield Mall is officially starting to be deconstructed. As the sign atop the old mall collapses to the ground, the process of clearing the way for the downtown Chesterfield begins.
Is that as fun of a job as I think it is? As far as like the construction industry goes?
Demolition?
Yeah.
Demolition, yes.
Like major demo. Like, guys, we got a 6-month demo project.
Wrecking Ball?
It's gotta be
Sign me
fun.
up.
Yes,
Yeah,
all of
listen,
it.
I'm sure everything's a job at some point.
Oh, sure, but I mean, it's gotta be a job with some satisfactory moments.
Yeah, it's a lot of safety issues, though, too. You know, trying not to kill yourself or kill your fellow coworkers.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any
Stuff down.
emotions to it. Like if you're taking down a real iconic place and you're the one that's taking the wrecking ball and hitting it, you know, like whoever deconstructed Mississippi Nights when that happened, did they feel anything in their heart whenever they were turning
When
it
it
into
became
a parking
lot?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Probably not.
A job's a job.
But there'd have to be a real, at the drive-in fan or whoever.
Listen, the mall,
Mississippi Nights.
the mall had
Nirvana
stood,
played there.
the mall had stood since the mid-'70s with some very prosperous years leading up to the 2000s. So Steinberg Group is who's, I guess, building this next thing.
The developing.
So it's going to take almost a year to get the whole thing down. And they'll start building in 2026. And then by 2028, whatever it's going to be, their buildings and apartments. And
Sweet.
Applebee's.
there'll be an Applebee's, I don't know.
Heck yeah.
I don't know, but that started. That started yesterday. Oh, this is St. Louis making national news. Headline: Stanley Wicked Cups nearly lead to brawl between Target customers.
Oh, Wicked, because the movie's coming out.
Wicked Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley. Oh, I see.
Those Stanley Cups?
Yeah, when you say Stanley Cup, I go hockey.
No.
Yeah, back to the...
You know, unfortunately, now I think when I hear Stanley Cup, my first thought is, since I have a little teenage girl in my house, Stanley Cup does not mean...
It's just
St.
on,
Louis Blues?
it's on how you say it. If you say Stanley Cup, we're talking about hockey. You say Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup.
A Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup is hockey.
Wait a minute.
A
We won the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup. Yeah, Stanley Cup is
Hockey.
NHL.
Yeah, yeah.
Stanley Cup.
A Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's how
Now, they didn't say what...
$50, thermos.
They didn't say what Target this was at, but this has got Town and Country written all over it.
Go on. That's my... Yes.
These Stanley Cups are so popular, they're causing a commotion at Target. This is from the New York Post.
Town and Country.
A new limited edition collection in collaboration with the upcoming movie Wicked hit the big box store shelves October 13th. So that was Sunday. And they immediately defied gravity, flying off the shelves and creating pandemonium. One video said the people went crazy and claimed there was nearly a brawl as customers rushed to get their hands on the beloved cups, which come in 40-ounce and 20-ounce sizes in either Glinda pink or Alfaba green.
Now, we got to talk
Colors
about...
named after the characters in the film portrayed by Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, respectively.
We got to talk about this because Ariana Grande, who plays Galinda, as she pronounced it on SNL last weekend, but I've been pronouncing it since...
Glinda.
Glinda the Good Witch, dude.
Yeah.
There's no I.
She says Galinda. And I go, has my life been a lie?
No, it's Glinda. I think she's just a dope.
She was really good on SNL, though, if you saw it.
She is talented
She is.
beyond belief, but there are some interesting choices that you just make you question.
Glinda.
That's what
It's not Gil.
Not Galinda.
Yeah, weird. That's weird. So wait, there's a movie?
Yeah, they're taking
She's in a movie?
the Broadway play Wicked,
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
turning it into a...
supposed to be a big
Oh,
deal.
so it hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't come
No,
out
it
yet.
comes
okay.
out, next week or
Yeah.
something?
It's going to be huge.
So a group of people seen running through a Target in St. Louis, Missouri as they searched for the highly anticipated display, and the person speaking in the video claimed that someone actually tried to yank a cup away from her child.
Aw.
What the hell's wrong with people?
I know. We're all dumb.
You know, nobody ever talks about that Wizard of Oz movie with, was it Zach Braff? Or, no. Franco. Was it James Franco?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, that was like Oz. Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
Yeah,
did
it was
you
a
guys remember
bust.
that? It was a bust?
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. I think I was on the road, and I tend to like movies more when I'm on the road and I go to the movie theater, but I thought it was like, I don't know, it was a cool take on it, right?
Okay.
Well, listen. So these collaborations with the Stanley Cup people, I guess Stanley Cups are still popular in the tween world. Mm-hmm. You see every teenage girl carrying around one of these giant cups, and people are going nuts still. People are going to Target and fighting over these things. And if I find that it was my wife, and it would never be my wife doing this. She is probably like Moon, doesn't even know a Wicked movie's coming out.
I don't think we do either. I think it's Thanksgiving.
But if you found out your spouse was this nuts, going to a Target, camping out, and taking a cup away from a child.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said that if you've seen the musical, you would understand the Galinda reference.
Okay.
Oh.
November 22nd.
I saw the
when
musical.
it hits theaters.
You did?
Yeah.
Were you paying attention?
I guess not close enough.
Was it one of those that you were dragged to, or did you enjoy?
What would you do if you found out your wife
What would you do?
Was beating
people for Stanley Cups? There's no way you could justify this.
I would introduce Doug Armstrong to her, and I'd say, please, join
Have her
our
play
team.
for the Blues?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what is happening? Do we need to see someone? Like, do you need to see someone?
Yeah, you need to see somebody. I would.
What's going on, babe?
I would question our relationship.
Yeah.
It could be the end.
I mean, this is just like Beanie Babies.
Hey, we had
People
a good
were doing
run,
this in the
25
90s.
years. Good run. We had a good run together, 25 years.
This would
but
be
this is it.
I don't think so. I don't think you'd divorce your wife over this.
I think you'd be proud of her.
Yeah, I think.
Would I?
Yeah, you would find some way to inject the love somehow. You know, what if she was? Would you want her to react if it was your child taking? Let's say the girl wanted a Stanley Cup because she loves the Stanley Cups, and somebody took it out of her hand, and then your wife kicked that mom's ass.
Oh, I'd be proud of her.
Okay. I mean, that's participating in the same experience. It's just a different way.
No.
It's all insane.
Totally different. If I found out in a viral video, like, so my wife comes home like Sunday morning. I'm like, where were you? She goes, I had to do a Target run. And she's just like, I will not speak anything more of this. And then, okay, cool. What'd you get? You know, whatever. And then next week, you know, viral video from Target in Town and Country as woman takes Stanley Cup away from crying young child. And I see that it's my wife.
Yeah, but your wife would still be, even if she's defending your kid, which I get. I mean, I'm crazy too. I would punch back too. But like, you're still participating in the chaos. If a woman takes your kid's Stanley Cup and then you have a problem and kick her ass, it's all part of the same dumb experience.
No, it's not the same. If my wife kicks the ass of a woman who took the Stanley Cup out of my daughter's hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, way different than my wife actively taking candy from a baby.
Your take is that it's all part of the same dumb experience? Because I'm on that side. But you've always taken the opposite side when it comes to bar fights.
I am crazy. I am in the bar fight. Always, I
Way
am.
different.
But I'm just being, you guys always devil advocate my ass. I'm just saying,
well, no, I'm just
it
asking.
is stupid.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Like, I know I'm being an idiot.
Yes, the whole
by
thing
kicking
is stupid.
somebody's ass.
The whole thing is stupid when they open up the doors and there's a stampede of West County women with their Lululemons and their whatever running toward the Stanley Cup shelf.
It's
all
stupid.
dumb.
Yeah, everybody's an idiot.
So
it's all dumb.
So if in this scenario your wife is a part of the it's all dumb.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. So I'm going back to you.
And I would say yes. What? Yes, that's stupid that you have a part of this.
But you're proud that
you're
she
okay
kicked
with
ass?
one side of it.
If my daughter was there too and a woman grabbed like, so let's say Lern was part of the idiot stampede.
Yeah, I'm the idiot stampede.
But the idiot
leader.
stampede is expecting some sort of wrestling match over this.
Right.
Galinda Green.
And Lern, you know, my daughter's like, I got a cup. And then Lern just comes and snatches it.
Yeah.
And my wife comes and kicks your ass.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
it's part of the game.
It's a weird catch-22. We're all part of the same
Now,
idiocracy.
same scenario, but I'm Tim.
Yeah.
And you come home and I don't find out until like the next day after a viral video comes out of you taking the cup from my daughter.
He expects me to be on the news at any given moment. He's 100% fine seeing me with my mugshot. He's supportive.
He's supportive of you taking...
He knows that in our relationship, I am the crazy, okay? He is the straight and aligned and respected and kind and good.
Oh,
I
those
will
Stanley
never
Cups
match up to that.
Those Stanley Cups, which by the way are sold out.
Dang it!
Are going for like $300.
Oh, so dumb.
What? On Facebook
eBay
Marketplace or something? Wow, dude. Hey, man.
Maybe she's like, I'm trying to feed my family.
Yeah, a lot of people have money to throw around, and some people are just trying to make a living.
Trying to find out what Target it was. I've been over here doing a deep dive this whole time.
I think it was because it's got the
watching the TikTok video. It's
got Town and Country written all over it, my friend.
I mean, yeah. I just wanted to like confirm your theory.
It's got the Target right next to the Whole Foods written all over it.
Yeah.
I may be profiling, but
it's the best Target.
Oh,
in the
Wicked's
area.
coming out November 22nd.
I know. I said it already.
See, you can't even pay attention to that.
No, I
really
said
don't.
close to Halloween.
You really
close
and
to,
then I corrected
you said close
myself.
to Thanksgiving.
You really don't
I
like
just
this
got the exact
And I
production.
said November 22nd.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
did say that.
Galenda.
Galenda.
No, I did see Wicked on at the Fox. It was part of my when we bought
your
season tickets.
That's right.
It was when we bought season tickets, and you know what? I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. Am I going to go see the movie? No, I already saw the play.
What if your wife and your daughter wants to go see it?
Then they could go by themselves.
Oh, okay. Well, got that.
I don't have to be everywhere with them. They can do their own thing.
Take a Stanley Cup to defend yourself. I feel like those are weapons as well.
Oh, they are.
They're so big and.
This has happened twice in St. Louis, by the way. A story from last year that popped up, Valentine's Day themed Tumblr.
Oh, with the pink ones.
There was another,
yeah.
and it was here again. We fighting over Stanley here in St. Louis.
Damn, we take our Stanley Cups very seriously here in West County because my daughter must have one.
Yeah,
not a knockoff.
Yeah.
Because they'll know.
Story in the Babylon Bee. 3 moms killed in massive brawl at Valentine's Day massacre over Stanley tumbler.
Yeah, you can't have a fake one. You can't have a fake one. They'll know. It's like, remember when your parents sent you to school with a knockoff starter jacket?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, may as well not have gone.
Yeah.
This article says the fatal confrontation occurred when multiple moms grabbed for the last remaining 73-ounce light travel-sized tumbler. Chief of Police Bernie Smoolin said, within moments, dozens of moms had entered the fray, wielding the tumblers like sledgehammers of Thor in one hand and taking videos on their Instagram in the other. Two day shift managers were killed and the third was injured.
Oh, my Lord.
Those handles are very Thor's hammer. Like
really, huh? And those things got some heft to them.
Yeah. I'd imagine you get the right angle of a clunk on the back of the head.
Oh, dude, you're out.
You're going to see 2025 for the rest of us.
Those things tumble.
I mean, are they even good to drink out of? I don't think I've ever.
It can't be any better or worse than this thing.
I got a knockoff one, and it's great.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. This was a random.
I did get that old school Stanley thermos for Christmas, and I do love it. The one your dad took.
Oh, the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's like got the speckles on it, the little green speckles and scratches from being in your dad's work truck.
And you know what's even funny about these rushes for these Stanley Cups and people going nuts and like what is the big deal? Like
it's a status symbol.
But
that's the thing, dude. It's like I was just getting ready to say that.
It's
like
no different than anything that we're doing or did.
The manufactured buzz. There's always how easily there can be a manufactured buzz over an item that creates like a frenzy is terrifying. That we're still that's like a simple pack of apes.
Yeah. It's so like.
Yeah, but that's
advertising creates a supply and demand. It's like Lern said, it's like a status. I mean, it was like you name it. Tickle Me Elmo's.
It's nothing other, but at least at Tickle Me Elmo.
It's like people get obsessed with stuff for their kids. Though.
But Tickle Me Elmo was something that kid could play with.
That's true.
This is something that holds.
Tweens, though.
This is something that holds.
It's utilitarian.
A certain amount of liquid.
No different than the starter jacket you just mentioned. I mean, how are we all surprised? Like we did this exact same thing with the toggles on our dang Adidas jackets, or Reebok pumps, or whatever.
Yeah, but at least the starter jacket, like, because I always wanted a New York Giants starter jacket.
Yeah, everybody around here was wearing Miami Hurricanes.
Okay, so I wanted a New York Giants starter jacket, but at least that showed off like I was a fan of the Giants. Like it kept me warm, during those cold New York winters. This is a cup.
Keeps your coffee warm.
But
this is a utilitarian thing as well.
But it's something on their because
it's
something on their desk. It's something on their desk that they're carrying around, or it's hanging on their backpack.
I guess it's just like driving a Lamborghini or driving a Mercedes.
These little kids want to have FU money, dude. They want to say, I got FU money and I can buy this $50. My daddy will buy this $55 Stanley Cup for me, and you poor people can't. That's that's when Ralph Lauren and like the Polo brand in the 90s came through, and everybody wanted a Tommy Hilfiger shirt or a Ralph Lauren polo or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember being like, I really want a Tommy Hilfiger tube top. My dad's like, absolutely not. Go to this Walmart. We'll get you a blue and red tube top. And I go, well, that's not the right one,
Yeah, and then 10 years later, if you saw a guy wearing the Tommy Hilfiger flag on a shirt, you knew he just smoked meth behind a gas station.
Exactly.
It just became this other thing.
But
it's also the understanding of what the price is. Once it's in the zeitgeist of everything, that's what that's where the status symbol comes from.
I know you want what's best for your kids, and you want your kids to keep up and not be outcast. But if you're running in a Target and you're fighting people, like you belong in a mental institution.
Yes.
For anything,
you are a nutcase, and you're what kind of lesson is that?
Exactly.
Like the lesson could also be, hey, we can't get one.
Yeah, we're not going to spend our money on this.
Not even just we're not going to spend our money on it. Mommy's not going to go fight other West County moms.
Why? I'm not worth that to you?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what your
Thanks a
daughter's
lot,
saying.
Mommy.
Golly.
I'm not worth that to you? Susie's mom's kicking ass over here.
Yeah,
what
she's
are you
working
doing?
2 jobs
You're a
to buy these cups.
What a slouch of a parent I got. You ain't going to fight anybody?
It's the parent
For me?
Olympics.
Susie's mom. You want to talk about Susie's mom?
Susie's mom will kick your ass, Mom.
Whoa. Yeah.
Susie's mom loves her daughter
Susie's
more than my mom does.
Is having an affair with Brad up the street.
Yeah? Well, at least, you know.
And Susie's mom has an eating disorder, and she's on so.
What?
You want to get into
Eating
Susie's
disorders
mom?
are real problems. I mean, that's okay if you got one.
This isn't
you can
about
get through it.
Susie's mom, man. This is about you not loving me, Mom.
Anyway.
We solved that. Just
You
tie
want to
a bow
talk
on
about
that.
Susie's mom?
We get into Susie's mom.
It is interesting, though.
You think it's all nice over there at Susie's house?
Yeah.
No, Susie's mom and dad have problems.
Wait till you hear this. I'm about to drop bombs on Susie's mom.
I just wanted a Stanley. So I just want to be hydrated, and I want people to know we're not poor.
Yeah.
That's all.
But I think about, as an anthropological study, if the aliens are doing a flyby and they're like, maybe it's time to bring Earth into the Galactic Federation. Maybe let's swing by this town and country Target and see what's up. And it's just like,
Pandemonium.
soccer moms in yoga pants beating the dog crap out of each other over, are they, excuse me, Epork? It seems the humans are fighting over liquid containers. They're actually willing to draw blood. And all right, we'll come back in another 100 years, see how they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that I'm still dumbfounded. They're like, we just haven't gotten, socially and anthropologically, we haven't moved past this.
Yeah, we will never
The
be a part
supply
of
and
the
demand
Galactic
of like, I gotta have it. If they have it, I should have it. It's all. It boils down to that simple, like, well, if anyone else deserves it, I deserve it.
I'm just imagining as after the brawl, they're all getting back into their Land Rovers and driving.
That's a Stanley Cup on wheels, dude.
Driving back
Exactly.
back to the Ledoux homes.
You,
It's
you
wild.
create demand, you create scarcity, you create value,
And
as far
status.
social value. This is all basics, and it's not changing.
Hot moms in Hollywood started driving those Land Rovers, taking the kids to their private schools, and then that set the tone.
That was always hilarious.
Meanwhile,
to
in
see.
northern Africa, there's a kid walking 3 miles one way to a clean water well to carry a pot of water back to their entire family on top of their head.
And a vulture is following them.
I'm waiting for him to
I'm waiting for him to
Exactly.
collapse, okay?
But let's make sure your kid has a 72-ounce Wicked-themed tumbler that keeps your water at a perfectly cool temp all day long.
All right, well, and this is a random survey I came up on today.
Go.
What's the most refreshing thing to drink cold liquid out of?
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Stanley Cup.
I feel.
I like
This is
those
an interesting
Gatorade
random
jugs.
question. When you're really thirsty, what's the most refreshing thing to drink cold liquid out of?
I love soccer practice, the big orange Gatorade jugs that keep, 5 million gallons of water, getting just a cold
It's never
cup from
cold,
that.
though.
Into what, a paper cup?
into a plastic paper cup, one of those
Little
cone
cone?
cups.
Oh,
Yeah.
get out of here.
The
That was
cone
the
cup
best.
You mean
is free.
the cone cup?
I'm talking about it is actually iced
Ew.
down. It's perfectly iced down. Coach
There is
Churchill
something,
has put
there is
the
something
ice
drinking
in it.
out of the cone cup.
Yeah, it makes it better.
No.
You're right.
It is the
Cone cup's
perfect
pretty cool.
ice-cold swig because it's not too much.
It's never enough. You,
But
you take it and you go,
that's
I gotta
what makes
fill
it
this up
good.
again.
Yeah, you
Now I
want
got to
more.
stand in
There
line
too.
behind
You want
another
more.
Kevin.
And it's like deteriorating in your hand.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. How is cold water making this melt?
Yeah, I thought this had wax, and now there's my fingers feel
It's the
weird.
only, how is cold water making this melt? I don't know.
No,
this is defying physics.
Those are for snow cones, not for water.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, that is refreshing, but isn't glass drinking like water out of a glass?
It is.
Like a heavy glass.
Out of a heavy pint glass.
Yeah.
The best.
There's something about metal. I don't know why, but there is something about metal.
Well, the old
like
tin cups.
Like a steel bottle?
Yes, or even like what's in the Moscow Mule, or the
copper
the
mug.
Copper mug?
A copper mug.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Any sort of metal that gives you that something like
You still do get a metal taste to it, though.
I know, it's awesome.
But the tin cups that you use for camping, I love those.
I love my Yeti. Brought to you by Yeti. Yeti.
I love my Yeti.
Go get yourself a Yeti.
Yeah, and
no one got punched in the delivery of this Yeti.
Nobody's fighting over these.
But Yeti's exactly the same.
Plenty available.
Yeti's exactly the same. It's quadruple the price of anything, and they did that so it would be a status symbol when you were walking around.
Yeah, and they do limited runs though.
And what did they do with the top? It's metal, because you got that metal tongue taste. Oh, love it.
Glass is the best. Would you say glass is the best?
He said metal.
I don't know, man. There's something. I don't drink it anymore, but remember when Bud Light went to those aluminum cans? There's something about it.
I do love a Bud Light Lime in an aluminum can.
But water.
Cam?
I think metal
Too
still
many
for
M's
water.
in aluminum.
And like Scott said with the tin camping cup, I think that's just God.
You could have dirty water and it tastes good in that somehow.
I'm gonna go glass. I'll go steel, aluminum, then plastic.
Plastic's the worst. Absolute
but
worst.
it gives you all the micro.
No glass. I can't roll with you on glass, dude.
No?
It melts so fast. The ice melts so fast, and then it condenses on the outside, and it's no.
Yeah, but I'm talking that first.
But it has to be. You got to catch it. I mean, dude, it's like seeing an eclipse. Like you got to catch it right.
It's like a right.
You can't do it as soon as you put the ice in. You got to let it sit for a second. But if you wait 1 second too long and the ice starts to melt, it's losing cool.
Yeah.
It's already getting room temp. You put ice. I put ice in this thing.
Oh, that'll
4 days ago.
Even if you put lukewarm water in metal, there's some deceitful thing that makes it almost seem cold.
Yeah, because the metal's cold.
Yeah, but whatever it is. It's better than glass.
And by the way, with the Stanley Cups, remember the thing that really put them over the top of people is when that car caught on fire.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing that was intact
Survived.
was the Stanley Cup.
And there was still ice in the Stanley Cup.
And there was still ice. Maybe
so
that's the part of legend.
Which is horse poo-poo. But
I saw the picture, though. Like, the Stanley Cup was the only thing that was in the console that was still intact.
It also caused the fire, but...
I think they bought that woman a car.
That's cool.
Stanley did?
Lord Stanley did, yes.
Wow.
They only had to sell about 14 of those things,
Right.
and they could, the car's paid for.
Oh, wide-mouth mason jar, says Justin.
They're a little tough.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, Appalachia Dan.
Yeah.
It's fun to drink out of, but they're kind of messy.
Mike says, call me cheap but a hose.
Yeah, man. The old ice-cold hose water we all remember as being a kid. Tastes like straight-up plastic. At best, it's like the same temperature
And
as
earthworms.
It was it's what you got. It's what
the worst water in the world.
But it's what we had. I wouldn't say I love it.
Yeah, it tasted like cracked rubber and metal.
Yeah, you were just so thirsty because your mom wouldn't let you back in the house.
Did you ever do that with a water pistol where you spray it in your mouth?
Oh, yeah, it just tastes like straight up plastic.
Yeah, you could. I just know how it tastes right now.
The hose is like the
That's how you drink
equivalent.
water still.
Yeah, like you're breathing from the inside of a balloon.
And you go, how long has this been in here? This water.
Oh God, the
The
microbes.
hose was just like giving a starving man a cracker. Like it'll be the best cracker they ever had, like Eddie Murphy always said, but it's still a cracker. Like you drink hose water as an adult. You ever tried it? Just been out in the yard and been like, I'll take a swig while I'm watering the plants.
This past summer.
God, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's gross.
But it looks good. When you see it, glistening in the sun,
you're
it's
hot.
it's going out. You're like,
Your
well,
instinct on,
nostalgia.
I need to be hydrated.
I bet you that tastes great.
It's the same thing of like I remember they don't do it now, but like now kids stay hydrated. But like when we used to have football practice and we just didn't get a drink until they said we could have one. And they had this hose running to like this thing with a bunch of PVC pipes with like basically like watering animals, dude. They just had like a hose running to this big long thing that had a bunch
Holes
of
drilled out?
holes, PVC pipes that would be coming out, and we'd all just lean over and drink out of this PVC pipe. But it was like,
like
you were
livestock.
so thirsty. It was like August, 2-a-day practices. You were so thirsty. It was the best water you ever had in your life.
Now they don't do those anymore.
No, but I'm like, if you
15
just
water
drank
breaks.
that on a regular day, you'd be like, this is inhumane.
Yeah,
But at that time, it was the best water I ever had.
And there's always the, playing outside, going to go to the hose, and you don't wait for it to run a second. You just put your mouth immediately, and you go, oh, boy, that's hot water.
You get the hot blast.
Hot water, and you go, how long has this been in there? When was the last time somebody turned this hose on?
Days.
You ever done that to yourself at home? You ever pranked yourself that way? Where you're just like thirsty. Maybe you wake up in the morning or middle of the night, and hot water was like the last thing that got ran through the faucet. And you just want to swig so bad. You don't realize you put like warm water in the cup, and then you go to take a drink, and it's a real night ruiner.
That ruins things. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, listen, good luck out there, town and country, at the Target. They're sold out anyway, so.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they sold out that day.
One of the people in the video had like a fistfuls and was like taunting the other people. I watched the video while you guys were talking, and the lady had like 5 in each hand, like holding them all by the handles and like.
She
Laughing maniacally.
Well, what you don't know, she didn't make it off the block.
Yeah,
She got out of that parking lot.
She didn't make it to the. She didn't even make it to the checkout.
And the thing is like, dude, those things will be.
She got her ass kicked in linens.
Nana nana boo boo, famous last words.
7-8 years from now, you'll see those in a Goodwill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sooner than that.
Listen, I got boxes and boxes of fidget spinners at home.
Yeah.
waiting for those things to be hot again.
Yeah, I'll sell you some Adidas jacket toggles if you want. I've got some specialty ones and everything. Springs are still fresh.
Listen, I'm sitting on 4,000 fidget spinners in my garage.
It's a good investment.
Trust me, the market's about to peak.
Yeah.
I was reading this story this morning. Listen, some people love their jobs. Others will be sitting at their desk all day, visualizing the day where they finally quit. Like, we love our jobs. Yes, there are people right now, they're... Okay, Rafe, you can leave.
Not here.
Other people are right now putting on their coat because it's cold outside. Going to get in their car, make that commute, maybe sit in some traffic on 40, 270, going to the job. They're like, oh, this sucks. You're going to punch in, sit in their cube, be miserable all day, and then just be all day. Oh, God, if I just tell this boss to just F off and just be done. Now, if you're in that group and you're thinking about that day you're going to quit, look around the office.
Okay.
Is there anything that on the way out you're going to take? Like, if you were quitting Moon, is there anything you'd walk out of here with?
No, well, no, I guess not. I mean, maybe like my awards or something. But even that, probably not. If I was quitting or fired?
If you were quitting.
Because those are two different things.
Well, no,
Right?
when you're fired from this job, they walk you out. They make sure.
Yeah, I'm taking everything. I'm
They
just
make sure.
stripping the walls.
They make sure that you don't take anything. But if you quit,
listen, if I'm fired, I'm taking Carl the mannequin. If I quit,
no,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean no?
I'll fight you for that.
Whatever, bring it on. No, I don't know.
No,
I guess. What do I have back here? I take my coffee mugs, my
Take those damn grape nuts,
my
dude.
gifts. Oh yeah,
Hey, take your grape nut. You can-
my
yeah,
grape
trust me.
Get
nuts.
those things out of
Take
here.
those.
Oh, my lovely gifts from my friend Lern.
A woman is going viral for saying that when she finally left her job, which she calls toxic, she stole her office chair.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I
chair.
get that.
I hear this a lot.
Like, she took her office chair. She just wheeled it out when she left.
A lot of good times in that chair.
She wheeled it out. She jammed it in her car, and nobody said a damn thing.
That's funny.
I hear this a lot from like people at offices like that say, the office they redid. I think we actually had a story about it. They like redid the decor, right? And they switched everybody's chairs. And there was a couple salespeople that were like, or workers that were like, no, I like this chair. This chair is important to me. And the employer wouldn't let them keep it, and it was a big thing. Don't you remember that? It was some sort of story, or maybe it was an email that came across. But it was like a big drama at the office because the bosses wanted all the chairs to be uniform, everything to look the same. But people get real settled.
This woman said, and she justified it by saying, in my mind, I figured I've been sitting there taking years of emotional, physical, and verbal abuse, so I'm going to take my chair and F off.
Yeah, dude.
Hate to say it, though, it's not your chair.
Yeah.
But I get it, man. It's like that scene in Heat when Al Pacino catches his wife banging that dude, and he's like, he rips his TV out of the wall, and he's like, you can bang my wife, but you're not going to watch my TV. It's just like you're having that moment where you're kind of powerless and you don't know what to do. It's like Steve Martin in The Jerk when he's like, I don't need anything except this lamp.
And this chair.
This chair. That's all. This lamp and this chair and this hat. You're just walking out of the office. You're grasping at straws. And let them go. Let them take stuff.
Well, listen, these
Where
chairs
does
are
it
expensive.
end? Yeah, that's the FF&E, man. That's a big part. That's a big part of the business's expenses.
Man, I just can't picture someone else tooting in his chair, you know?
A lot of good miles.
That's your chair, Scott.
I know.
Nobody else has their ass in that chair. That's your chair. My chair, I share.
I have a
I
chair.
don't know how many Donnie farts are in this
Yeah,
chair, or
this is a
Liv
share-
farts.
this
I
is a
don't know.
share chair.
I have a share chair.
When I went back to Keishi for middays, one of the engineers goes, "Here's your chair back." And I have a chair that is broke, that has no back, and has only 3 wheels, so it kind of like lops. But I would sit in that thing like every day in there, and so they wheeled it back into the Keishi studio, and I thought that was the sweetest
Is
thing
it
ever.
still there?
It's still there.
Do you use that chair?
I do.
Why?
I don't know. I like how it's the perfect fit for my stature, and it's just comfortable.
Are you comfortable in the chair you're in now?
Yeah, it's fine.
That didn't sound convincing.
It's
yeah,
all good.
it's fine.
Well, like,
I think you hurt his feelings about this chair. I think we need to talk about
oh
it.
no.
You don't like this
Seems
chair?
like you like your
No, I
Casey
like this
chair a little
chair.
more than you like
Yeah.
Why don't you
your
go,
point
go
studio.
run
First
off
week
with your
on the
Casey
Rizz
chair?
show, I did wheel it in here. It just didn't fit.
You go home to your Casey chair?
Have we not made
Yeah.
you comfortable?
I brought it in here that first week that Rafe and I joined the show, and it just didn't fit in here because we talk so much that I have to relax back and
Yeah,
just chill.
what are you going to wheel that chair back and forth from studio to studio?
Yeah, it was annoying.
How do you feel about this? About this gal taking the chair?
No, you can't take a chair.
No.
I don't know, man. I wish somebody had taken the one, whatever chair they gave me for our office had a prominent ass groove in it. It's like, I think it's leather, but I mean, it has like a ridge, like it looks like a wave going across. It was just a ridge of where the butt cracks.
I think it was Jeff's chair.
Was
Yeah.
it? Well, that's fine.
You don't want to know what he was doing when he was in the
Yeah,
office.
You know
by
what?
himself.
That makes me feel better. If it's Jeff's ass groove that's knocking on my back door every time I sit
Yeah.
down, that makes me feel good.
No amount of Clorox wipes could get that thing clean.
I bet.
It started off as a different color.
It's not even. That's not even leather. It's cloth. It's just. I think it's leather because
Yeah.
it's covered in everything.
It's a
Yeah.
crust.
Well, so here's the thing. So this woman, she quits her job and she walks out with the chair.
Yeah.
She just, wheels it out, puts it in her car.
Fist in the air.
Yeah. Screw you. And then she gets an email the next week
We're going to need our chair back.
saying, she's going to have to bring that chair back.
Remember
She did.
Remember when we got new furniture here at the office like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
They were just wheeling the other stuff out, and some of it was old, kind of damaged, and one only had like this little kind of hole on the back. And I was like, "Yo, what are you guys doing with that?" And like, we got to take it out back. Maybe it's getting thrown
Shoot
away
it.
or donated or something. Yeah, it's getting shot out in the back parking lot. So I was like, "Can I have it?" And I said, "Sure." So that's my
You took it?
that's my studio chair at home.
Nice.
But I felt really weird rolling it out through the parking
Yeah.
lot in front of our
It's
coworkers.
almost like you're doing something
It
wrong.
looked like I was stealing an office chair for sure and put it in the back of the truck.
So this woman got an email saying, "Hey, we are going to need our chair back." So she brought it back, and she says that experience, which I'm sure at the time when she quit, she's like, "F this place." As she went, screw you, and then wheels it out to the car and out. And when she had to bring it back, she said it was the worst. It was really embarrassing.
Oh, no.
Because she probably had to do it hunched over, like if you're wheeling a chair.
Yeah,
sure, dude.
you look dumb because you can't wheel it properly because it's going to catch a
You look
rock or
dumb.
something. You gotta stay
And
low.
she also reached out to a friend of hers that was in the office, be like, "Hey, could you just take
Meet me
it
out
in
in the
for
parking
me?
lot."
That'd be awesome." And they're like, "No."
It's demoralizing. The symbolism of it too, of like, the only thing you guys wanted back was this empty chair. The person who filled it was of no value to you, but you made me the delivery person. Well, she made herself the delivery person, but just having to deliver back, be like, "Hey, we don't care that you left, but we're going to need that chair."
Or the symbolic moment of F the company. I'm taking this.
And having to, like, tail between your legs, come back and
they still won. You thought maybe you got one over on the big business. But in reality, they still won.
Felt good in the moment, probably.
Yeah. Well, you know, which makes me think about some of the old classic I quit moments.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the old classic I quit moments that we have on a recording. Now, you've heard these, right? I know, Lern, you've heard these.
Yeah.
You've heard some of these I quit moments.
Sure.
This is a Walmart employee quitting over the PA system.
Attention, all Walmart shoppers, associates, and managers. My name is Shauna from Cap 2, and I just want to come on here and say Henry is a racist, stinky prick. Giovanna is racist. Elias is a prick of a manager. This company fires black associates for no reason. This company treats their employees like especially Cap 2 and Jimmy from Sporting Goods, Joseph the cashier, Larry from Garden Center. You are all perverts.
I love her.
Not Larry.
I was wondering what Cap 2 meant.
What did I do?
Larry's
like in the back sniffing panties. Like,
I don't even know Sharon from Cap 2. What are you talking about?
Rude. He just slowly puts a pair of like big granny panties back in his pocket. Like, that was unnecessary. Ruined Larry's day.
I look at it like table 9 whenever they like look over like the fat guy is eating all the food and he just like nods and looks at the camera. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, Larry caught some shrapnel there.
Walmart Cap 2 prepares merchandise receiving area, completes the work of receiving goods directly, sorts and unloads general inventory trailers, picks up goods from trucks and sorts them into each pallet.
And Larry over there in the garden section, just dusting off the ficus.
Yeah, dude, he's humping bags of mulch.
What?
I like how she said the manager
Where'd you get that idea?
was smelly.
What if there were two Larrys in the garden center? He's like, delineate which Larry.
Right.
There's
Larry
one
R.
innocent Larry back there that's like, not me, Larry S.
So quitting over the PA is not an unusual thing, actually, at Walmart. Here's another person.
Attention Walmart shoppers and associates. My name is Beth from Electronics. I've been working at Walmart for almost 5 years, and I can say that everyone here is overworked and underpaid. We're told that we're replaceable. This company treats their elderly associates like to Jared, our store manager, you're a pervert. Greta and Kathy, I hope you don't speak to your families the way you speak to us. Manage it, and this job, I quit.
Yeah.
I love a PA message. And I love that they say attention Walmart shoppers because that you have to. Yeah.
Legally.
You ever mess with the intercom at a big box store?
No, but at Emmis I did. We had an intercom system at
Well,
Emmis
on the
Community.
phone.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I did that a time or two.
And U-Man told a story one time where this was like in the 90s. Somebody took like a steaming hot dump in the men's bathroom that used to be like upstairs, and people were just fed up with like the smelliness of that bathroom. And John got on the PA system and said, whoever took the, blow dump in hole 1 should be ashamed of themselves. And he hung up the phone, and John Beck and all the upper management people were walking clients through the building. Can you imagine the PA announcer of your St. Louis Cardinals? You hear that velvety voice.
Yeah.
Whoever took the blow dump in hole 1 should be ashamed of themselves. It was incredible.
When I worked
God, I want to be on the other end of that tour.
I miss old school radio.
Me too.
Yeah, when I worked at Walmart in college, we'd have those phones there at every checkout. Mm-hmm. And you're supposed to, when you're done doing the announcement, you're supposed to push the button before you hang the phone up. But that was my favorite thing to do, was to clink around for a while. So you'd hear that.
That's having a hard
All
time.
right, here is all right.
God,
So
I want to just. There had to be I hope in my heart that the guy was like wooing the client, like, we run a pretty tight ship around here.
Yeah, right.
Whoever took the blow dump in hole 1, I just hope the timing was perfect. In my brain, that's how it went down.
Here is the guy quitting with a marching band.
Guys, what is this? Guys, all of you out right now.
Jared, I'm here to tell you that I'm quitting.
Jared quits, right?
Yeah. Joey. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Joey quits. Joey quits.
Great.
The reporter on TV actually dropping the F-bomb and quitting live on TV.
Now, everything you heard is why I, the actual owner of the Alaska Cannabis Club, will be dedicating all of my energy toward fighting for freedom and fairness, which begins with legalizing marijuana here in Alaska. And as for this job, well, not that I have a choice, but I quit.
Yeah.
All right, we apologize for that. We'll be right back. Pardon for us. Meanwhile, the Vote Yes on 2 campaign held a fundraiser last night with Gary Johnson.
Nobody cares about
But
that.
we'd like to wish Jessica good luck selling weed or whatever.
Yeah, she's probably now a gazillionaire. Head of the Cannabis Club up there in Alaska. And, of course, the most famous I quit moments, especially in radio. I netted the mood setter.
Oh, the best.
Quitting.
Yeah.
Never get better than
This
this.
is a good one.
Quitting on the air at, what is it, WBLS?
I don't know. She says it a time or two.
Listen, I've heard this a million times, and every time I love it.
The big station, 93 BLX. It is the Gulf Coast #1 for hip hop and R&B. And now with Ray and Miranda, the home team in the morning. Do it to it. What better song to do it to it? It's I netted the mood set, and I told you I had a very important announcement, and here it is. I refuse to walk around and watch people on my job looking over my shoulder, people lying to me, people talking about me. It's ridiculous. It is sad. I can't take it. I'm not going to take it. I don't have to take it. I'm not a dummy. I know.
I'm not a dummy.
Damn it.
By the way, as a program director, excellent.
Post?
Well, just the fact that she's following the formatics, like she plugged the morning show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's speaking over a music bed. They want us to quote unquote tease things more. She had apparently teased a big announcement.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Dude, this is a job interview at the same time.
I mean, as far as the formatics go, perfect.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Got a Diddy song on in the background.
It was a
In
different time.
hindsight,
Holds up.
probably wishes she could change that.
That don't mean nothing.
I don't have to take it. I'm not a dummy. I know how to find another job, but I refuse to walk around people. You can say what you want to say about me, and if you see me on the street, I'll let you know whatever you want to know. But I refuse. For the last 6 years, I made $6 an hour. That ain't nothing. I just got a raise after 6 years. I know I'm qualified, and after saying this, I don't care if I ever get another job in radio, period. It does not matter to me. But I never will not be setting the mood at BLX no more. I refuse to walk around with people that'll speak to you. Hey, Anetta, how you doing? But then as soon as you walk by, that bitch, I will not do it to myself anymore. So if you're confused about what I'm saying, listen very carefully. I quit this bitch.
On the big station. 93 BLX.
Go
Into
off
a
Queen.
sweeper.
Gosh, it's awesome.
Boom, into
That's
a
a pro.
sweeper.
Man.
I think we looked her up last year, and she was working somewhere.
I think she had some problems with the law.
No.
Yeah.
sure about
She
that?
did. And then I think she's working now. I think she's back in radio.
That's hard.
If I'm not mistaken, there were some problems, and then we're back in radio, and I think we're setting the mood somewhere else. But not
She's
at
good.
WBLX.
She's good. She's better than half of the DJs you heard out there.
Yeah, worthy of the next job. Hopefully they treated her better.
What? I'm trying to find out what happened. Like, what exactly happened after. I meant it will not be setting the mood at BLX no more. That happened in 2006. Yeah, I don't know where she's working now, but that is a classic I quit on the air moment.
Here's what I know. We follow her.
On Instagram,
Yeah.
as we should. She's a hero.
She is.
She's a hero. And this is why usually if an air personality gets fired, they do it after their shift.
Yeah.
And they walk them right out of the building.
Right.
Also, that's why studios don't have locks. That's why you cannot lock the studio door from this side.
They used to. A couple classic stories of people locking the door and doing things.
I don't think I've ever worked in radio where there's been a lock on the inside.
After Airheads came out in the 90s, they're like, absolutely not.
No.
All the locks got to go. No Steve Buscemi taking over this radio station.
There used to be a lock on the Casey door, the old one.
There was? And you could lock it from the inside? Like from inside the studio? I never thought.
There wasn't when I worked there. You're talking about
I'm talking
when
about
you were there?
It was before us.
Oh.
But there was stories. There's
people locking themselves
There's
in
a
the
very
studio?
famous story of the Casey door being locked.
And something happening in the studio? Do tell.
A DJ doing whatever they wanted and playing, like, I think it was the same song for a couple hours.
Really? On Casey?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it somebody who still works there?
Nah, I don't know.
The statute of limitations is passed, Moon.
You think
It's been
so?
over 20 years.
Yeah, you can drop
It's
in
not
here.
my story to tell.
I don't even know this story.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
somebody you know. You man or somebody
Radio Rich
was
or
a.
Mark Close or
I think it was you man or somebody was part of something where they locked the door and did something gnarly.
I will ask him later today when I see him in the hall.
Yeah,
does
he's
not
the one that
sound
told
like
me
I
the
will
story.
get the recorder out and interview him in the hallway.
I was always of every studio I've worked in. I've worked in
Did you say that does not sound like you, man? Yeah,
I've worked in
right.
quite a few studios, and I don't remember there ever being a lock
I
on
don't
the
either.
inside because they didn't. God forbid, air personality goes nuts.
I'm pretty sure he told us a story
They don't want you locking yourself in here.
back in the 80s or maybe the 70s.
Maybe the old KC studios, like in the Crestwood days.
Oh, maybe it was the Crestwood
Maybe.
one. Yeah, it might have been the Crestwood one. But
Yeah, that's
he
by
went for it.
design.
There used to be a guy on KC back in the 70s that had a big old shotgun, and he would sit in there with the studio with the shotgun and play records. And so maybe it was that. Maybe him bringing the gun to work and freaking people out at the drive window. They're like, no more locks on the doors.
John used to say that, I don't know what studio, probably the Crestwood, he's like, people would come while he was on the air.
Oh, that's the window, the famous
Yeah, they
window.
had a window.
Yeah.
The famous window on the street.
Yeah, people would just like stick their arm in and grab a handful of records.
Right.
Yeah, all the L's. Because that's what the stack of records, the L's were
I
right
thought
there.
that was interesting.
No, imagine, especially back in the day before, they could shut the station off remotely from anywhere.
Yeah.
Like the head engineers here have software where they could do whatever remotely. But back in the day when you actually had to be physically in the studio to run stuff, somebody going nuts, an air personality going nuts and barricading the door, airhead style, that could actually happen. But anyway.
Man, Airheads. I need to watch that again. I've seen it 100 times.
Holds up. Holds up.
I saw it about a year ago.
Holds
Fantastic.
up. Doesn't it hold up?
God,
Yeah.
it's spectacular.
Spectacular movie.
Great
All right, let's do this. All right, today's Team Rizz member of the day is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. St. Louis is home for Blues hockey from Springfield. Springfield
That's right.
Mo. Casey Willoughby is our Team Rizz member of the day.
Casey.
Yeah? Okay, sorry.
Casey is a huge fan of the RizzShow, has been a listener since she moved to St. Louis to be with her boyfriend back in 2015. Continues to spread the gospel of Rizz far and wide to friends and family in Springfield, and even streamed older episodes of the show during the entirety of her labor for 32 hours.
Oh, my God, I can't imagine.
Neither can I. Poor kid. Casey loves how all the members interact with each other and the camaraderie between the crew. Appreciates Rafe's humor, Lern's confidence, Moon's knowledge, King Scott's existence, and all of my sass. Casey Willoughby from Springfield is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. It was funny, about 2-3 years ago, I talked to the program director of a radio station out in Springfield, whatever rock station's out there, and he sees more RizzShow stickers on cars than their morning show.
Wow.
Whoa.
Springfield?
Yeah,
I get a lot of emails from people there saying, come do a show, because we have a big following.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's why.
They were running, I think the morning show was a Lex and Terry. It was like a syndicated show out of somewhere down south. And
Terry.
they were pumping Lex and Terry up there in Springfield, but they'd see more RizzShow stickers on cars than anybody else.
That's awesome.
So thank you, Springfield. All right, Crab on Celebrities next, 7:19. Wednesday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Delays 70 eastbound between Veterans Memorial Parkway and Zumble. Down on the southern side, we got 270 eastbound between 55 and Gravois. Average speed about 15 miles an hour. Your point forecast chilly this morning with a high of 61. Right now, it's 39 at the Point Studio.
Disappointing home opener for your St. Louis Blues last night. We'll talk to Chris Kerber around 8:30. We'll play Do It, Bitch. We'll play that today. Lern's got some shots coming her way.
I know.
Nah.
I think I'm going to quit. I think 3 is all I want to take. You know? I think I'm going to tap out of the NFL.
You can't do that.
I know. I'm not doing well. This team is not doing well. And I'm like the brunt of all the shots.
Well, you are the dunce of the week.
I am. And I really tried hard.
You had a good week.
I did. And I'm still losing. And I think I'm just
we actually all
quitting.
had good weeks.
Yeah.
But I definitely did my part. You know,
Scott got a perfect week.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
thank you.
BK over on the Fast Line side, he got a perfect week. Not only did he get every pick correct, but he picked the correct score for the Monday Night Football game.
He's clairvoyant.
I don't know what's going on over there. Probably cheating somehow.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll
Wouldn't
talk
put
to
it past
later.
him. Here we go.
Maybe he's doing witchcraft, NFL
Here we go.
witchcraft.
Hey, we have to thank the sponsors of our heads this week for their very generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. We'll start with Moon.
Accredited Roofing, building trust with every roof, excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Accredited Roofing. Contact them today at 618-616-7515.
Thank you for your generous donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Learn.
By State Fire Protection Corporation, protecting lives, safeguarding futures, our fire protection promise. Thank you for sponsoring my hat.
Yep. And your donation to Cardinal Glennon. Rafe.
EcoFlow Gutter Solutions, reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. Thanks for the hat and the donation to Cardinal Glennon.
And my hat sponsored by Ives Towing, a 24/7 tow truck service in the southern St. Louis metro area. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989. That's 636-942-9989. That's Ives Towing. Thank you for your donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Hey, is it normal to sit in your car after you get home to decompress?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do you do that?
No, not anymore, but...
I used to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, there were...
I don't do it anymore.
There were periods where that was good. Weather dependent as well.
When the kids were younger.
Because you didn't want to go inside?
I didn't want to go inside. I'll be honest.
Like, I need a buffer
sit
between
in
that
the
stress
garage.
and this stress.
I get that.
I would sit in the garage. Now I can't wait to get inside.
I got in my car yesterday. I was running some errands, and my car was so comfortable, and I just sat there for a second in the garage, didn't start it, obviously, just sitting there, like doing something on my phone, and I thought, this is so peaceful because you just feel like you're enclosed into some sort of peace egg or something.
Yeah. It's your fortress of solitude.
It is.
I do it on the way in and home. I sit in the parking garage every morning for at least 15 minutes.
You do?
Yeah. I'll sit in there and I'll finish whatever song I'm listening to, or if I'm listening to a pod, I let that story wrap up, then I just turn everything off and I just kind of do a little meditate, gather my... It's peaceful. It's quiet. It is your own
peaceful,
little world.
yes.
It's like a little pod. It's a little pod it's just me. I'm being surrounded by everything in there I've chosen.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can control.
Yeah.
It's like perfect for your butt, too, because I got like the butt prints.
Yeah,
you know?
well,
Heated seats.
Yeah.
Most people, and I thought, when I used to do it, I thought it was unusual. But I'm coming to find out that, most people want that downtime in the car before they walk into the madness of the house.
I guess that's why my wife always sits in the car once she gets home from work, so I guess that's why.
Does she?
Uh-huh.
I know somebody that's fallen asleep And their wife was like, had to come out and get them. But when the kids were younger, when they weren't, in school, and, my two kids are, 2 years apart. So, they were in diapers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was home and was coming back from the morning show. And then I'd take a deep breath and I go, all right, what is waiting for me on the other side of the door?
Yeah. I think that's good for parents to do.
And listen, I wanted to get in to help, relieve my wife from whatever was going on there. But there was a time I was like, okay, I wouldn't be in there for an hour.
Sure.
Yeah, just a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's like if you got a walk-in pantry or a walk-in closet, just go in there, or like a little pocket bathroom. Just sit in there for a second, It's about the little space. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's all right. So don't feel shame. All right, what about this one? Now, I thought of Moon. I heard another radio guy talk about this, but I thought of Moon immediately because he had just gotten a massage on his cruise. It wasn't the best of massages. In fact, it wasn't. What would you grade it? A C?
Oh no,
a D?
It was a D. I would border on D minus, but D. I mean, it was the second worst massage I've ever had. It was just gross.
Yeah,
so gross.
Okay, so let's say, and this radio guy shared the story. So he was excited because his sister just became a licensed masseuse.
Well, you're not supposed to say masseuse anymore.
Massage therapist.
Oh, no, that's...
Yeah, I think that's off because, what do they say? It gives the tone of something...
Dirty?
A bit more.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think...
I thought it was French for massage.
Yeah, but I think that's like that's a term that they're not super appreciative of.
Really?
Really?
You taking that away from me, too?
I'm not
It's a
taking
French
anything.
word, you dingleberries.
Listen, Grandpa, I'm just trying to get
it's
you...
a French word. You can calm down.
Yeah.
It is a French word?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So it's okay to say.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so
neighborhood's gone to pot since all the masseuses started moving in.
Just saying, as far as differentiating
all
the
right,
different
okay,
types
so
of, there's
he's
like,
excited that his sister became a licensed massage therapist. Okay, is that better?
Apparently, I'm just trying to help you out, man.
Because now he can get free massages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, that's kind of gross.
What? It's your sister.
But I know, but it's weird, though.
No way, dude. And I'm a girl, I guess I'm saying this. If I had a brother, I would say this. I mean,
would you let your brother rub you down?
I would. If I'm, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about my sister and I raised her. I cleaned her butt when she was a little baby, that's my sister.
Yeah, but that's
different, dude. That's different.
I don't know. I mean, but I trust her. If she wanted to give me a massage, I'd love it. And my mom used to make us give her massages when we were kids.
Different.
Jill would be like, "All right, go get the Vaseline lotion and give Mom a massage." I did that for my dad. I would massage
rubbing her
everybody.
probably shoulders.
No, her whole back. My mom would be topless, lying down.
Different.
Jill
You
would
walked on her
wild.
back like George Jefferson.
I did. I would walk on my parents'
Mr. Bentley.
backs.
Totally different.
You don't think it's weird that a sister would give, who's now a licensed massage
I would
therapist?
love it. I had my bed.
Get the table out as if you're...
sister to sister, I can totally see that. Sister to brother, no.
It's weird.
Why?
No, it's your brother, though. That's
Well, how can you
What
think
if your
that it's
sister
not different?
What if one of the sisters is gay?
Well, that's not, we're talking about a difference between
but
women and...
it's not a sexual
think,
thing.
Think of the... I'm not saying that it is,
I'm
but
saying if it's not being sexualized, then why is a brother different than a sister?
Well, why does a women's locker room behave differently than a men's locker room?
How do the men's...
Because women are different than men. Men are different than women.
Yeah,
but as a...
there is a crossover there. I can't explain it to you, but how can you question that?
As a guy with a sister...
Go.
Yeah, would you let your sister?
Heck yes. If she was skilled at this, of course
There
I
you
would.
go.
That's silly.
When's the last
It's
time
not
you had a
weird at all.
massage? When's the last time you had a massage?
It's your sister.
It's been a couple years now.
I'd rather be my brother than a stranger.
I'd rather it be my brother than my sister.
And you could be more honest to them. You got to really get in there.
I don't think I can.
No, I'm more
so it's
more
hard for
honest
me to
with a
say.
stranger.
I think a same-sex thing is definitely different. I would rather have my brother, and I don't want. I prefer a massage from a woman than,
Me too.
than a man.
I don't
but
know.
if I had a brother and a sister that were both licensed massage therapists, I would be much more comfortable with my brother doing it than my sister.
Would you let your brother or sister be your doctor?
So that means
Yeah.
there is something
Yeah.
there, right? So if you prefer a woman, but you choose a man in that sense,
In that sense, yeah, because
then
I
there
think
is
that
something.
that's-
You're sexualizing it in some way, right? You have to be.
I mean,
I don't
we're talking
prefer
about
a
the
woman
difference
and you
between
have
male
a
and
sister
female,
and a brother
so
who
I
are
guess-
licensed massage therapists.
So because I prefer a woman and don't want a guy rubbing me down, That's sexualizing it?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
well-
saying like you both just said you prefer massage from women.
Yes.
But if you had a brother and a sister, you
Hot,
choose the brother.
topless women.
You would choose the brother to rub you. So you would choose the gender which you like the least to rub you down if it was a sibling situation. Why is that?
I
You're
would
not
not-
sexualizing your sister.
I would not like a sibling to rub me down.
I'm not sexualizing my sister. I don't want to put my sister in a
Period.
position where she has her hands anywhere near there.
I am
Whereas
fine
for
with
for a
this.
for a feller,
But it is, so it's there's a sexual connotation there, right?
No, I don't
There's like an
no, I
uncomfortable.
think you're
What?
making
It's
one there.
uncomfortable.
The reason that you don't want to have a man
I
is
mean-
because you feel like you're having a little bit of like a homosexual experience because there's a man rubbing you down. So you guys are looking at it as like
No,
a
that's-
sensual
you know why? Because I'm not.
No, you
because
guys
in
are
my mind,
sexualizing something that doesn't-
in my mind, it's just like meaty man hands on me that I just can't get comfortable with. Not a sexual thing.
I had a massage last week and a woman did it and it was fine. And I love when men do it too. Like I don't go into it thinking there's anything unprofessional happening. I think it's like,
Right.
oh, this is, you know, where you need to rub my shoulders to get me to loosen up. It really is like medicinal for me, spiritual. So-
Right. And my thing is I agree with you. When you were gone, I got a massage in Chicago. I had a very gay man do it.
I heard that.
And I didn't I'm sorry, I thought you were gone. I do think when a man rubs you down, it is more physical. It feels like physical therapy,
Physical
and
therapy,
it doesn't feel as like relaxing.
Yeah, physical
like
therapy.
I like little raccoon hands on me, which is my point. If I had a brother and sister, I'd be like, oh no, get your big sweaty meat hooks out of here. She's doing it.
And so physical therapy, fine.
But if you wouldn't, but you guys, I feel like I'm yelling at a wall right now. If there was, so you're saying you prefer women,
Yeah.
but if you had a sister and a brother and you had to choose, you're picking the brother.
I'm not.
Why?
I know I'm not choosing anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
I mean,
want a family member rubbing me down.
But then
If you
you
had to
said-
pick,
I agree.
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
If I had to pick,
Okay.
If I had to pick, the brother's probably
I
a
would pick not
point
getting a
ahead.
massage.
A point ahead. I mean, I wouldn't be uncomfortable. I wouldn't refuse if I had to pick either. It's not that big of a deal to me. But I'm just saying I would think that I would be just a point more comfortable with the
make
brother.
weird sounds. I don't want anybody hearing.
Wait a minute. You asked about
You do?
What
You
kind of
said-
sounds are you making?
Moaning. I
What's
don't know.
what's the problem
Do you
with
really?
the
I try to
doctor
be
then?
silent.
Oh, yes, Daddy. I said I'm your brother.
Wait.
Yes, Bubby.
Go back to this doctor question. You said, "Would I want my sister to be my doctor?" Absolutely.
No, I would not.
What's wrong with
Really?
that? Like, what are you talking? They have your best interest in mind the entire
I
way
know.
through.
I just don't want it.
Very odd. Do
Best
you have
interest.
family issues that we need to discuss on the
No, I
air
love
in
my
public right
family.
now?
No, I love my family.
I know, but like your brother loves you, and if he were a smart doctor and knew everything about that side of life, and then knew you how you grew up, he would be able to have a more intuition with you, looking over your
Yeah.
care.
yeah.
I don't know. It's also.
Well, you need
I
your
almost
prostate
don't-
exam.
I
That's
almost don't
weird.
want
Well,
my
that's-
doctor.
That's no big deal.
I want my doctor to be my doctor and not treat me with his.
Bias?
This is gonna sound weird,
Okay.
but like his heart. Like I just want him to be
With his brain.
with the science, with the
Oh, yeah.
with the brain, and not have any emotion attached to treating me.
Oh, I do. I'd love it if my sister was.
There's
a
I know
probably
it sounds-
positives and negatives.
Yeah, I know that
potential.
sounds weird.
No, that's
but do you
okay.
understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're
good
saying.
logic.
You want it to be just like this very professional sense, this really business sense of here's the clinical
Right.
stats and here's what we would do. Whereas a possible
I don't
negative,
want emotion involved.
right? Yeah, possible negative would be like, oh, you know what? This is what I would say to a normal patient, but because you're my brother, let's try something.
Yeah.
like
But
this.
think about if it's a sibling, they're already an advocate for you, so they're going to
Yeah, I
fight
guess.
more
I
for
know-
you
I know
than
there's
anyone
pros and
else.
that's
cons
Lern's
to it.
point, which is a great point.
I know
too.
there's pros and cons to it.
Adam in the chat's asking if I would want my brother to be my gynecologist. No, I would not, because
Oh,
that is,
why? Sexualizing it?
Well, because that is actually getting your hand all up in a vagina. That's what happens when you get a pap
Well, I don't want
smear.
my brother sticking his finger up my butt. Okay.
That's valid. But I'm just saying, like, if
Not again.
How big are his
if my
hands?
sister was my if she was my cardiologist, I would absolutely want her. And that's not actually physically going inside somebody's body.
Okay, I think maybe a specialized doctor like a cardiologist or something. As I could make a case for that. For me, that'd be fine.
Okay.
But like my regular physician,
Where you do have to get your prostate examined, I could understand that.
yeah, I think I'd be weird.
I think if there's penetration involved, yes, you do not want a family.
I would
member.
imagine with a
I'm not
prostate
being
time,
dirty. I'm just being
your
scientific.
sibling would be like, all right, I'm going to bring in
I'm gonna bring somebody
a
else.
practitioner in.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Let
and
me
then
handle this.
We're out.
All right.
But with a massage, there's still a level of intimacy.
But not the same as a. Are you kidding? The level of intimacy in a gynecology room when my legs are in a stirrup and a woman has
It's
a
all
syringe
professional.
and she goes in there and they crank it and they open you up and they have to take a swipe at your cervix. No, thank you.
I like how when
I
you're-
don't need to have my mother, father, or siblings do that to me.
You didn't
and
have
I
to
can
mime
a
that out,
service.
by the way.
Yeah, I was saying, for anybody not watching the cameras, the illustration was not done with her fingers like this. It was done with her arms.
And your legs in the air.
Open you up.
didn't need to do that.
We
and
can
then
talk about
reach
it.
in there.
We got to talk about it. Some people listening maybe haven't had a pap smear before. That's what happened.
And if
That's
your
okay.
if your doctor's doing the shark fin like you just
Get
mimed,
out.
get a new gyno.
My doctor's swimming up in there. What?
Swinging arms everywhere.
Here comes the shock. Dun, 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 dun,
It's just
dun.
interesting conversation.
Yeah, so people in the chat are siding with you guys. I don't get it. It's
And
either
it's all professional too. Like
I just said like a sibling's a sibling to me. Either you would be okay with a sibling doing it or not.
Do you have a sister?
It shouldn't matter.
Do you have a sister?
No, he's all
No,
brothers.
I don't have a sister.
I think I'm the only one with a sister.
He's the only one with a sister.
But he does.
So
He's
well,
saying
besides
do it.
Lern.
I have sisters. I wasn't raised with them. I have biological sisters that I met. So technically,
Maybe that's part of
I could
it.
say there. But like, yeah, Scott's. Well, none.
Yeah.
We all have.
Growing up,
We
were
only have.
always-
All of us are only one-dimensional siblings.
Yeah.
Well, I would just
Whoa, that's
imagine like a massage to me is just like you could just be like, hey, don't touch my butt or whatever. Like leave your pants on. You don't have to get naked. It's your sister. Just be like, hey, my lower
Well,
back.
why am I even here then?
My back's killing me. My legs are killing me. I mean, if that's
they
like,
could-
there's levels of comfort you can like.
Yeah, but maybe in the 60-minute massage, in my head I go, my brother's rubbing me down, and then it would take me out of it. It could be that brief moment. It could be that brief moment that just takes me out of it.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm strange.
That's how I feel about strangers. When I just got a stranger back there, just like, I'm face down, I'm prone, I'm naked, I'm
very vulnerable.
And I don't know this person. My brother's not going to do me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd feel different if I had a sister. I think that if you would take it from one, you should take it from both.
Go home and think about it.
That's part of what I think you're into, Scott, Rizz, and most people too. Is when it is a stranger, you get to just you are
relax.
You are surrendering yourself. You're at such a vulnerable moment that your mind just gets to clear. And if it was a family member in some way, your mind wouldn't fully clear.
Yeah, I don't think I could fully relax. I don't know. I don't know. All right, today is October the 16th. Back in the day, 231 years ago, 1793, Queen Marie Antoinette was beheaded via the guillotine at the time of the French Revolution. She's most famous for saying, "Let them eat cake," when her subjects were dying from starvation. But pretty much any historian will tell you she never said that.
I got to see it. That's one of the tours that we did, is where we saw where she was imprisoned and then like marched and beheaded and the whole thing. It's very, very cool. Very
Look up
interesting.
when the last beheading took place as far as guillotine goes in France. I think it was in the 1970s. Like, I think they used the guillotine the last time in the 1970s, which is
1977.
1977. Isn't that wild?
Was it requested?
The device remained France's standard method of judicial execution until the abolition of capital punishment in 1981. The last person to be executed by the government via guillotine was Hamida Jandobi on September 10th, 1977 in France.
Wild.
Oh, there's pictures of it.
Yes.
Whoa.
I want to see that.
Dude, I just watched restarted Game of Thrones again, and Ned
My
Stark.
girl.
Ned freaking Starks. I'm ruining this.
Whoa,
for you.
whoa.
Whenever he gets his head cut off, I cry.
Spoiler
I cry
alert.
every time.
Yeah, enough
awful.
time has passed. 101 years ago, 1923, Walt Disney launched an empire when he founded the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio with his brother, Roy Disney.
Hey, didn't they say, like, as far as all the horrible ways to go, guillotine is probably not so bad?
Well, if it gets lopped off in the one shot.
Well, I mean, they've had a few years to perfect the guillotine.
They'll sharpen it, I'm
sharpen
sure.
that up.
It's pretty perfected, I would say. I mean, sharp, angular, heavy, boop.
Yeah.
Right off. Whoop. 46 years ago, 1978, the College of Cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church chose Cardinal Carol Wojtyła, or Wojtyła, I don't know if I'm saying that right, to be the new pope. PJP2. Pope John Paul II was the first non-Italian pope in over 400 years. He passed away in 2005, was canonized as a saint in 2014. 37 years ago, 1987, rescuers in Midland, Texas, pulled 18-month-old baby Jessica out of the well she fell into 58 hours earlier. 35 years ago, 1989, a 6.9 earthquake in San Francisco cancels the third game of the World Series and kills 67. That was the earthquake that happened actually during the game. 32 years ago, 1992, George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Neil Young, and others saluted Bob Dylan at Madison Square Garden. The highlight of the night, that's the night that Sinead O'Connor was booed off the stage for earlier doing that thing on SNL where she tore up the Pope's picture. She defiantly screamed a war chant to the unruly crowd, then left the stage with her head held high before crying in Chris Christopherson's arms. And 24 years ago, speaking of Bob Dylan, in 2001, 2 security guards were fired after refusing to allow Bob Dylan into his own concert. But here's the thing about that. He had demanded that security on his Love and Theft tour should be tighter than ever, and he did not have a backstage pass when he arrived. So he wanted the tightest of security. He got it, wasn't allowed into his own show, and had the 2 security guards fired.
For being good.
For being good.
For being really good.
And that's what happened back in the day. Oh, you have the video of the person being executed?
They don't have video of it, but they have pictures. And it's fascinating, man. I mean, it looks like it's straight out of...
I want to know why they did it at the top of the hill, though. I think that's a little disrespectful.
Well, the head has to roll down.
Okay.
They didn't do it at the top of the hill.
That is part of the tradition as well, Scott.
It's right there.
I was just looking it up, too, and says, would it hurt? And it said, the blunt force of an axe would render you unconscious. A guillotine, however, would not knock you unconscious. If the blade is sharp, you would be in immense pain for an average of 40 seconds.
Oh, immense pain for 40 seconds?
You can't scream because your vocal cords are cut.
And you have no air.
So you would be able to see, like your brain would still be fully aware of what was happening. For
well, that's how I hear your
seconds.
eyes are open.
You know, they say that, but...
brutal. That's...
But can... But
I don't know how they know that.
Yeah, I was going to say, can that be true? Because you instantly...
All right, write down if you're hurt. Okay, no, don't do that.
You instantly lose blood flow, or...
The nervous system is shattered, so how do you get
But
the
your brain is still functioning.
I guess you ask him, blink if it hurts.
But your brain is not functioning if it doesn't have the blood flow and the oxygen flow. So
yeah, but your brain doesn't die immediately.
I'm not saying it does, but consciousness. 40 seconds of consciousness with no blood?
Like a lot.
I want to know.
I know.
And look, here's the photos. They hold his feet. See this? They're holding his feet straight ahead like this.
Oh, so
his chest is kind of on this thing.
Are you
so they start with the feet, work their way down.
They're holding his ankles like doing a wheelbarrow.
Are you lying up facing it or down?
He's facing down.
Can you choose, I wonder?
Dude, do you think it's like a shot? Like somebody says, like, this is going to sting?
I wouldn't want to see it coming.
Ew,
no way.
Would you?
But you're going to hear it.
I don't know.
The last thing you hear is that.
And you know it's going to get jammed. Hold on a second. It's jammed.
Oh, yeah. But then, I would want to face up because I want to look at the sky. If we're on the top of the hill and somebody's cutting my head off, I want to be on my back looking at the sky.
I want him to see my eyes.
I don't want to look at the ground.
Here's a photo of it, and there's a crowd gathering around, and and they're holding his ankles like this.
Box too,
is that his coffin right there?
And his hands are tied behind his back. That sucks.
I want to know: does the blood actually shoot out of the neck like you see in horror movies and stuff?
I'm sure.
Well, it
like
wouldn't
the pressure.
It wouldn't do that because the heart's no longer pumping. That's what the shooting is from.
Yeah, but it's got a pump.
It'll
like
pump
a
for a
couple
second.
times.
Here, yes. She said out of the head.
No, out of the neck.
Oh, out of the neck.
That's a big artery there. Ooh.
Yeah, I suppose.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello. Okay, Lern, let's grab on celebrities.
Here we go. Alex Van Halen's book, Brothers, is going to be published next Tuesday, and he's starting to do interviews. The first was with Rolling Stone, and in it he revealed that he and his late brother were in talks to form a band with Ozzy Osbourne in 2001. However, just before they were starting to work together, the Osbournes took a meeting with MTV, and the reality show was born.
What about me?
Wild. Ozzy confirms the story, saying, yes, we were discussing it. It is something that if it had come to fruition, would have been phenomenal. Eddie and Alex were great friends of mine for a very long time. And
so Eddie, Alex, and Ozzy.
Yes. 2001.
I wonder what they would have called it. And then the Osbournes reality show happened, and wow.
It's crazy. Brothers also jammed with Chris Cornell, but obviously nothing materialized through that. That would have been excellent, too. And in addition to the book, which ends in 1984, Alex was also in talks with having a biopic made about the band, having loved Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. So we could be getting a Van Halen biopic with Alex's blessing in the future. There are music in the vaults, he says, but no complete songs. He says there's all little pieces, a bunch of licks that don't make a song. So if you're looking for some posthumous Van Halen, it's not really there.
Right. So there's some ideas, maybe a couple riffs, but nothing put together.
Right. Also, Ozzy in the news with his ex-guitarist Jake E. Lee was in Vegas after being shot multiple times. He's in the hospital on Tuesday morning. He was out walking his dog. Lee's management issued a statement saying he's expected to fully recover and that police have believed the shooting was just a random incident. Lee played on 2 of Ozzy's albums. He played on Bark at the Moon and then The Ultimate Sin. Ozzy commenting on that, he says, it's been 37 years since I've seen Jakey Lee, but it still doesn't take away from the shock of hearing what happened to him. It's just another senseless act of gun violence. I send my thoughts to him and his beautiful daughter,
From what
Jane.
I read, missed pretty much all vital organs except if something hit his lung.
Thank God.
Which is, you know, if anything, that's probably best case scenario.
Right.
And this was rando in a neighborhood?
Yeah, he's walking his dog in Vegas.
Walking his dog, but 2:30 in the morning?
It was early in the morning, yeah. Slash is going to be joining the lineup of the Allman Betts Family Revival. Now, this is Devin Allman's family revival that he comes out with, like Roy Orbison and Dwayne Betts. And they're actually going to be at the Factory on December 14th. 2 days later, they'll have Slash join them at the Ryman. And I thought that was so cool. I'm like,
so Slash is not here?
Yeah, Slash isn't here. But if you're going to the Ryman show, you'll be able to see Slash on stage.
I don't know if you're going to talk about this. You see the lineup for Sick New World out in Vegas?
I did. I don't have any crap on. It's
Metallica, Linkin Park, Queens of the Stone Age, Ministry.
It's great.
You guys played that last year?
No, we did when we were young. Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Sick New World is in
heavier.
Vegas, though?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the same place.
Oh, same place. I thought that was what you guys played.
Different festival, same organizers, I believe. And
same place.
It's all the same thing as just heavier bands.
That's cool.
Oh, because like 50,000 bands. I know tickets go on sale next week.
Yeah, I think it's the same stage setup and all that. It's
or this week. They go on sale Friday.
Other than the heat, because it was hotter than heck, dude. And the stage just faces the sun, so wah, it sucks for us. But yeah, it's great festivals, honestly.
Crossfade, which is an artist that the Points played forever. Cold back in 2004 was their huge song. They're reuniting for the first time in 13 years to play Sonic Temple Festival in Columbus and Incarceration in Mansfield, Ohio next year. So if you're a Crossfade fan, they're coming back. Moving into movie news, the official release date for the upcoming live-action Lilo and Stitch is going to be hitting theaters on Friday, May 23rd of next year. Courtney B. Vance is going to play Cobra Bubbles. Ving Rhames is originally voiced the role in films and various TV projects. The film also stars newcomer Maya Kaloa as Lilo, Sydney Arodong as her sister, and just a ton of other people I didn't know. Tia Carrera is in it as well.
Tia Carrera?
Yes.
Nice.
Tia Carrera.
Cassandra.
The original film was released in 2002, grossed over $273 million worldwide based on an $80 million budget, so it's probably going to do really well with the kiddos.
Tia Carrera.
84-year-old acting legend Al Pacino says he decided to write his memoir, Sonny Boy, so his family can learn his life history. That includes his 16-month-old son, Roman, who was born last year. Pacino told BBC, I want to be around for this child, and I hope I am.
You're not going to be.
I hope I stay healthy, and he knows who his dad is, of course.
But here's the thing. He's 16. You're 84.
He's 84.
You're not going to be around for your son.
It's good that he's releasing this book, then. You know, I mean, his kid is going to know him from the book.
Like, you're not going to be able to teach your kid to drive.
Will the book walk me to school? Will the book walk me to school?
Will the book have a Catch with Me outside?
No. No, it won't. That's a good point. This sucks.
It's a good chapter.
Now, look, Pacino says it's fun to be a dad.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm waiting for them to pick up. The book just won't answer. I know I need to get out of here, but maybe the book will pick up and come pick me up.
Listen, he spends a lot of quality time with his fourth child explaining everything he does is real. Everything he does is interesting to me, so we talk. I play harmonica with him. It's fun to be a dad to a baby boy at the age of 84.
Get out of here.
In other
Call the book, see if they'll be out of jail.
You're in diapers? I'm in diapers. Hooah!
It's not fun at 24.
Yeah.
84.
Look, he's trying to have a pleasant last couple of interviews, okay? We're trying to leave Al Pacino on the earth in a good
When the
good
kid's
light.
16, he's going to be 110.
I know. It's going to be great. Hey, speaking of 110, Francesca Eastwood has been arrested for felony domestic violence. Now, her dad is Clint Eastwood, who I don't know how old Clint is, but he's
No,
getting up there.
100.
He's in
I
the
did the
90s.
math wrong. He's going to be 100.
He's gonna be 100.
You could do it.
The 31-year-old daughter of Clint Eastwood and Francesca Fisher allegedly got into a fight with her boyfriend, turned physical. TMZ is reporting that the fight happened while they were driving around Beverly Hills on Saturday. This guy called the cops and was told to drive to the Beverly Hills Police Department safety zone to meet with officers. When they showed up, cops reportedly spoke to both Francesca and her boyfriend. They saw visible injuries on the boyfriend, so she was arrested and booked. She posted $50,000 bail and then was released from custody. The boyfriend was not named, but the Daily Beast reports that Francesca is dating trainer Alexander Rafe, and they welcomed a child together back in
She's a cutie.
2018. She's gorgeous and apparently beats the hell out of her
Feisty.
boyfriends, which is terrifying. Jerry Seinfeld no
That's
longer
Clint Eastwood.
believes that the extreme left are ruining comedy. In fact, in a new interview, Jerry says that the left have done nothing to inhibit the art of comedy. He compared comedians to skiers who have, to make the gate wherever it is on the hill. He says, whatever the culture is, we make the gate. You don't have to make the gate. You're out of the game. The game is where the gate, and how do I make the gate and get down on the hill
come
the way
on.
that I want to? Come on.
What?
Does culture change, and are things I used to say that I can't say, that everybody's always moving? Yeah. But that's the biggest, easiest target. You can't say certain words
Yeah,
about
but
certain groups.
He was all into this. I'm not going to do woke colleges anymore. And now all of a sudden he's.
Doing woke colleges.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
What's doing elevators? They go up, they go down. Okay. Ooh. We had a conversation yesterday. You missed it.
Okay.
Yesterday was National Grouch Day,
Oh, yeah.
or National Be a Grouch Day. Who is the biggest grouch in Hollywood? Is Jerry Seinfeld a grouch? I don't think so. I
No.
I think Jerry Seinfeld is a curmudgeon, which is different.
I think kind of he's a lovable grouch. I think Bill Murray's kind of grouchy.
Yeah. Seems that way.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, Bobby De Niro.
I know.
You don't think
I
so?
said that too.
No, I disagree with that.
Let's see, who's a grouch? Like, Vin Diesel's kind of grouchy to me.
Vin Diesel, huh? Interesting. Who did we say was the ultimate?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison
yes.
Ford, that's right.
Harrison Ford
For
is
sure.
King Grouch now.
That's good.
I don't think Seinfeld is. I think Seinfeld's more of a curmudgeon. So is Larry David.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think.
What about female grouches? Do you guys name any females?
Well, I mean, Aubrey Plaza's making a career
Oh, yes.
off of it, but I think she's leaning into the act.
Yeah.
She's great in.
I think Brie Larson gets a reputation as a grouch. I think that because she's a woman, they say she's a bitch, but I think she's just.
Well, that's
kinda,
just
I think she just doesn't suffer fools.
Bilingual word.
Right. I think that.
Aubrey Plaza? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is leaning into the grouch thing.
I think Jodie Foster's kind of grouchy.
She's making it a brand.
I think so too.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Jodie Foster, pretty grouchy.
Roseanne's kind of a grouch too.
Yeah. Miss Pat.
Why do you think Jodie Foster's a grouch?
I don't know.
She's like Harrison Ford.
She gives off that grouchy vibe, and
Really?
I'm there for it.
Yeah, I love it.
Listen, Grouch knows Grouch.
Are you a
that a
grouch or a
fact?
curmudgeon?
I would like to think I'm a Grouch.
Borders. Curmudgeon.
You should shut up.
I think you're in your salty phase right now. I think when you're old as hell, you'll be a grouch.
Yeah, I will embrace my Harrison Ford,
Grouchy
for
dude.
sure.
my grouchitude.
Yeah, earring.
Oh yeah,
I may.
It softens his grouchiness when he has his little earring.
I may get
I agree.
his little stud.
Yeah. There's something about the little stud that you're like, all right.
It works.
You're fine.
Hey, did you guys watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
No.
Oh, bummer. Hey, Tyra came back, and this woman, 50 years old, I've been rewatching America's Next Top Model for fun. She walked in 9 shows with the brand before retiring from modeling in 2005, made her grand return to the catwalk on October 15th to a roaring crowd. She looks good. Tyra's in her thick as hell phase, and she is killing it.
Her thick as hell face?
Yes, thick
What
with
does that
2
mean?
C's. Just
I'm
she's
in
not.
it.
She. You know, this woman used to be known for her gigantic breasts, and if you've ever read,
I'm
like,
in my thick as hell phase too.
yeah,
Yeah, me
that's
too.
great.
It's working really well for me.
But she, you know, she tells the story about whenever she was a young model and her breasts started filling in. You know, modeling agencies told her, you are too thick for high fashion. So that's when she went to Victoria's Secret and they embraced her thictitude. And dude, she just killed it on this runway. You got to check
Is
it
this
out. Yep.
She looks good, man.
She looks really good. And, she, you know, I just love her. She's so nuts. Leela Moss, who's Kate Moss's daughter, she took the catwalk as well with her mom, which is neat. And there were just a ton of beautiful models. Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, Ashley Graham. Everybody was there. On? I don't know. I saw it online. I don't know if NBC, they used to carry it.
They used to run it on CBS.
On CBS? Yeah, I don't know if it was on CBS. I watched it online, a little bit of it. And finally, IMDb has a rating system for users where you can rate the movies that you have loved.
Yeah.
And they have compiled a list of the 250 top-rated movies of all time based on viewers' ratings. And so this is kind of interesting. And I'm sure this changes weekly. But I have a bunch. So essentially,
the top
7 through 1 are 9 points. There's 9.2, 9.3 is the first and second. So the top-rated
movies of all time
is 9.3
on IMDb.
Yes. And what do you think it is?
Shawshank Redemption.
It is Shawshank Redemption,
really?
9.3. Came out in 1994. That is the #1 movie on this list.
Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2 is number 4, but The Godfather is number 2. So they round out the top 5. So The Godfather 2 has a 9-point rating. The Godfather original from 1972
I like
has a
The
9.2.
Godfather Part 2 better than 1.
What about Citizen Kane?
That is on the list, but not top 10.
Rocky.
No.
Are these more modern movies?
Some of them, I'll give you some. So there's one from 1966, 2001, 1994. There's the number
French
5
Connection.
movies, 1957.
Have you ever seen The French Connection?
Yeah, I finally watched
those
it.
are
Dude,
incredible.
great. Did you like it?
Yeah,
movies from when?
I thought it was great. It's really cool to see those old movies and see the pacing and just the huge difference between.
Gritty film.
It is
Popeye
very
Doyle?
gritty. It is very gritty.
60s, 90s, 2000s, and 1950s.
60s. 1960s.
Casablanca.
French
No.
Connection was not on there?
It was not.
Whoa.
Not top 10.
1960s. Are we talking like a Marlon Brando, like On the Waterfront?
This is an iconic Western.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly?
Good, Bad, and the Ugly, number 10.
Okay.
8.8 rating from
Beautiful.
1966.
Nice.
You're missing number 3, which was from 2008 with a 9-point rating. There's a lot that have 9-point ratings, but
Is
they
it a
put this in
superhero?
number.
Is
It
it a
is.
superhero? Is it
Iron Man?
Civil War?
No.
Infinity War?
08.
08.
That was when Downey first did Iron Man. What would have came out around then? Perhaps the first Batman with Christian Bale?
Avengers.
You're in the right area, though, Rafe.
Oh, Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
That's number 3. Number 5 is from 1957, and it's a movie I've never heard of, and maybe you have. 12 Angry Men.
Oh, yeah, that's Jimmy Stewart.
I've never watched that.
Henry Fonda. Were they both in it?
Jimmy Stewart was 12 Angry Men, wasn't he?
I think it was Henry
never
Fonda,
even
but I could
heard
be
of that
wrong.
movie.
It was a play first, but
So there is
1957?
there's a sequel and a
Henry
original.
Fonda, you're right. You're right. My bad.
So we need 6 through 9 here, and there's a sequel and original involved in this.
ooh, Terminator 2.
No.
Aliens.
It's from 2001, 2003.
Both of them are?
Both of them, same movie.
The first one came out in 01. The second one came out in
Born?
03.
Oh, Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers and Return of the King.
Good call.
So Lord of the Rings is number 9, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, okay.
And then number 6, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King from 2003 is number 6.
It is
Yep,
phenomenal.
that's good.
So you need these 2. There's 2 left, and they're both from the 90s, 1993 and 1994. One is very serious. One is
Schindler's
very...
List.
Schindler's List is number 7. Good.
Okay.
And then the last movie is number 8,
Which was
94.
94.
Very iconic movie for our generation.
Forrest Gump?
Dumb and Dumber.
No. Both those movies were on the
Billy
list, but
Madison.
No. Comedy, but dark comedy, kind of serious. Great stars are in this movie. Great director.
Jurassic Park.
No.
Kind of a comedy.
Cable Guy?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, number 8.
Oh, yeah.
And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday on this day. Naomi Osaka, the shy tennis champion, is 27. Katerina Scorsone, Dr. Amelia on Grey's Anatomy, is 43. Jeremy Jackson, Hobie from Baywatch, is 44. John Mayer is 47. I keep getting fed this, I guess this comedian guy who's Juan Mayor. He's the Mexican John Mayer, and he keeps talking about. He goes, "Hello, I am Juan Mayer,
Juan Mayer.
and this John Mayer, he keeps stealing my songs, and then he does like these accented versions. It's pretty funny." John Mayer is 47. Kelly Martin, Lucy from ER, is 49. Wendy Wilson, that's Wilson Phillips, singer and daughter of the Beach Boy. Brian Wilson is 55. Pamela Bach, Kay from Baywatch, and David Hasselhoff's ex, pardon me, is 61. Flea is 62. Tim Robbins, speaking of Shawshank Redemption, is 66. Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead is 77. And Fred Turner, the Turner of Bachman Turner Overdrive, is 81 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Terry Starr. And today's birthday girl has been in 217 fine films, including Bikini Sluts, Boss Bitches 2, Caught from Behind 30. I wonder what this is about. Chocolate Jawbreakers. The Farmer's Daughters Do Hollywood, Finger Lickin' Good 2, Hot Bods and Tailpipe 2 and 4, Painting Pamela, The Sextraterrestrials, and who can forget a role in 2001's Star Whores, The Phantom Anus. Terry Starr is 48 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, your emails are next. Did you hear about the person getting shot on 44 just south of downtown, 4455?
Yesterday afternoon?
Yesterday afternoon, like 2:15 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I got some details about that. And a wife says her husband is getting more attractive, and now she's worried he'll cheat. Well, we'll talk about this next, too. It's 8:11. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Pardon me, I have about 20 incidents on the map, so things are not looking good. Look out there. There's severe delays, 270 westbound between 70 and Ladue, average speed about 13 miles an hour. Severe delays, 270 eastbound between 55 and Gravois. There's also some trouble on the southern side of 170, so just look out there. Your point forecast, chilly this morning with a high of 61. Right now it's 41 at the Point Studio.
All right, so a 38-year-old driver was hurt when he was shot by another motorist on 4455 just south of downtown yesterday. This is, where exactly is that?
That's probably like right by Soulard, like as you're going into Soulard.
Where they split.
Like where there's what is that building that says like no imminent?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I think over there in that little mess.
I bet it's the candle play, like where 55 and 44 split off.
Okay.
This
There's
guy's
like the Missouri Candle Factory
Maybe
there
you're
off to
right.
the left. The haunted houses over there.
This guy said he was shot. Oh, he drove himself to the hospital, was treated for a minor gunshot wound, released. The guy told police he was northbound on the highway, approaching Park Avenue, 2:45 yesterday afternoon. He saw two cars moving erratically behind him. The driver of one car stuck a pistol out the window, fired several shots. So I'm assuming he was caught in a crossfire.
Yeah. I worry about this all the time.
Me too.
I really do.
Not all the time.
I do all the time.
It goes through my mind in some spots.
Honestly. I had a situation actually the other night whenever we were at the High Point and I was driving there. I was getting off on McCausland from 40. I was like pulled up by some man and it creeped me out. Like there was like a weird vibe going on. And I was like, oh, dude, this is going to be it. I'm going to have to get my mace out and it's not going to be good enough.
I get worried about being caught in crossfire because it sounds like that's what happened here.
Yeah.
And if you're shot, listen, knock on wood, I've never been shot.
Everybody knock.
Knock on wood, I've never been shot. But if you're hit in a situation like this, does it take a second to register? Like,
absolutely.
I think I was just shot.
So. Yeah, I would imagine. You're probably bummed your windows broke, and then you're like, wait, I'm hit.
The guy said he felt pain, realized he'd been shot in the arm.
Do you guys ever hear that story when you were a kid? Like, if you don't look at a scratch, it won't hurt. Like, if you get cut and you don't look at it for a second, you don't feel it till you look at it. Do you remember anybody telling you that? Like, I feel like my mom, this is like an old...
Don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it.
Don't look at it, it won't hurt. And it worked. I don't know if that was a psychological
I think
trick.
maybe minor injuries that minor abrasion.
But in movies they do that. Like they don't realize they're shot until they look at it. Like,
Jim lost his arm in the wheat thresher. Don't look at it, Jim.
You'll be fine. I'm never looking at it.
If you never look at it, you can finish your shift.
You won't feel it.
I'm imagining that only works with small.
That works with toddlers getting shots.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Don't look at
broken
it.
stuff before. Like, I think it does take a moment to register because your body has built-in defenses for traumatic injuries
Yes.
like that. So if you didn't know it was coming, it'd probably just feel like, I would imagine there's a delay where you just feel like
something happened.
The impact of it.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, something
got me.
What was that?
Me.
Something got me.
Kind of. I mean, in a way, yeah, it is kind of that. Like, I would imagine that it hurts.
And you go, oh my God, I think I was just shot.
I have a friend that shot himself in the ass.
Like with a real...
When he was a kid. Like, I was his buddy. It was like they were kind of messing around with...
Oh, my God. Like
thought it wasn't loaded. I think it was bigger than that.
How does someone shoot themselves in the ass?
His friend shot him in the ass.
Okay.
Standing next to him and was like messing with it and thought it wasn't loaded. They were like 13, 14 years old and shot him right in the ass cheek. And like, he said, he's like, it didn't feel real for a second because it happened and he was like shocked. The sound shocked him. And he was like, oh my gosh, I think it's in my butt. I think he shot my butt. Like it took him a second. Took him a second to register that he had indeed been shot in the ass.
He had indeed been shot in the ass, man.
I've broken fingers like I've dislocated a lot of fingers playing football. Just like getting them caught in people's face masks, like going to catch a pass, and you feel, it doesn't hurt. You definitely feel like something's wrong.
Until you try to move it.
Yeah, until you look, like Lern said, when you look at it and your finger's like that. Because it was dislocated at the knuckle. But it doesn't throb at first. It doesn't hurt. It hurts when they put it back.
Yeah, you can get shot and not know for what seems like an eternity of seconds. Yet, if you get popped in the nose or stub a toe, the freaking planet collapses in an instant.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just, oh, God. You know,
Yeah,
like
that also rattles your brain.
Yeah, but even if you just get popped in the nose, never mind the rest of your face moving, like tears squirt out in under a half a second.
Yeah.
Or a stub a toe.
And I cracked my toe the other day, you're right.
And your entire nervous system just breaks.
When I broke my toe on vacation, it hurt so bad.
It's so dumb. It's so like just not it's not even. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't calibrate. Why is that?
I don't know, but obviously getting shot while driving that would not make sense.
Right.
So I'm like, what? Oh my God.
I can say I got shot with an arrow when I was a kid, and I felt it immediately. That one did not feel good.
Where'd you get shot?
Well, I was in the front yard tying my shoe, and my buddy,
like a Steve Martin, like I got shot in the head. Look, it's still there.
No,
boy.
My buddy was in the backyard shooting he had a practice arrow, thankfully, so it had the dull edge, but he shot it over the house. And just happened to be where I was tying my shoe, hit me in the back.
Wow.
Did it go in you?
What's that?
Did it go in you?
No, it bounced like it.
Did you fall in love with your friend?
I don't think it did. I don't think it bled or anything. It just hurt.
Oh my
like
God.
Crazy.
Worst place to get shot by an arrow, by the way. Tying your shoe in the back where you can't reach it. It's like back there, but you can't touch it. It's like that itch right in the middle of your back.
Keep turning.
You gotta wait for a friend. You're like a dog chasing your tail. I shot my brother with a yardstick, and he did.
Oh, you put it in a bow.
We were to watch the Van Damme movie where he was catching arrows like with his palms. Remember that?
Yeah.
Not today. You know,
They'd clap his hands together, be in between.
Yeah, and he'd like catch the arrow in between his hands, and I was like, "Dope, let's go out in the yard." And then we got a yardstick and a recurve bow that had like 40, 50-pound pull.
Yeah.
And he was shooting them at me, and I was catching them and like knocking them out with my arm. And he's like, "Oh, let me try." And I'm like, "You can't do it. You're not as cool as me." "Yes, I can." I'm like, "No, you can't." "Yes, I can." "No, you can't." First shot, dude. We switched. I shot. His hands got here. The yardstick hit him right between the eyes. And he was like, "Ugh." And then all I saw was like blood start running down his nose. And the minute he looked down and blood hit the ground, he was like, "Ah!" Yeah, then it became like the negotiation on the way into the house. "Oh, wait, you're good.
We got a story here. We got a story.
We got they're going to take our bow away.
We're going to tell Mom, this is clearly your fault." So
he narked hard, too. He did not go along with the negotiation at all.
This woman on the, of course, is taken to the interwebs to air her problems. But the woman says her husband had undergone a major, what she's calling a glow-up.
Good for him.
Including professionally, and she is now struggling with all the attention he's getting now.
You know, normally I would say this is her insecurities that she has to deal with, but I mean, there's a lot of research and examples of people, especially with Ozempic around now, when people lose a ton of weight extremely fast, it does something to your psychological health.
People are losing friends because of Ozempic.
Yeah, it does something.
I've
seen it happen when people like have dramatic, very fast weight loss, especially if they weren't like super sexually active before, but they want to be.
Well, here's the story here. So this woman wrote that she and her husband, both are 32 years old. They've been together for 8 years, married for 5. The woman says that before they got married, her husband was a bit overweight, chose to sport like a shaved hairstyle, didn't know how to choose clothes for himself, but that didn't stop her from falling in love with him, with who he was as a person. So even though she didn't think he was the most physically attractive man she'd ever met, she felt like that meant he wouldn't cheat on me. And she wrote that.
Oh, okay. So this is a long
Which was important to her because she'd been cheated on in other relationships.
So interesting.
So this isn't her thing.
As the couple entered their second year of marriage, the woman wrote her husband began going to the gym 5 times a week in an effort to support his sister who was dealing with heart issues. So in addition to losing weight, the husband seemed to have like what she calls full-on abs, and his professional life also got a boost, which led him to change his style up. She says he became head of his department, and his former boss advised him, hey, you should probably look more professional, look more presentable.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband took the words to heart and actually turned to the wife for help. Like, she says, we went on a shopping spree. He started to let his hair grow out. However, now that her husband keeps getting more and more attractive, the woman has become uncomfortable with some of the attention he's getting.
Yeah, this is her insecurity, unfortunately.
She wrote, I noticed that women were just swooning over my husband, and even worse, he just doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
This guy's just going like, hey.
He's living his life. That's
like,
great.
I feel good, I look good, and now.
I am
stop
good.
it.
Now he's in trouble.
And now he's in trouble.
Yeah. Get unhealthy again.
Well, you know what? That's sad for her, too. I mean, she's got some trauma with having the PTSD of being cheated on, and she's probably feeling low self-worth, and now she's thinking that her husband's going to do this to her, and if he loves her and he can, that's a good test. I mean, he's gotten a glow up, and I'm sure he still loves her very much. And he doesn't sound like he knows this attention.
She says he doesn't realize it. He doesn't even realize.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't realize if you got a 6-pack, though, you get to be the head of the department.
Yeah, that's what does
That's
it.
how it, yeah. We need to go work out after the show today.
Start doing crunches. Yeah, this seems to be a her problem, not a him problem.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yes, I think this woman needs some maybe therapy or something going on. Like,
she also needs to.
Somebody.
I hope she gets on that track. Maybe she could have a glow up too, and they could both make each other feel better.
I'm afraid that this woman is so miserable she's going to try to sabotage this guy's health.
I hope not.
Or it'll become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, she will be so insecure about his glow up, she will start treating him poorly, start acting out in jealousy and insecurity. It will be a turnoff to him, and some of that attention he will start realizing he's getting. And then it'll all unfold, and she'll be the victim, not realizing she played a hand in it. That happens all the time, dude.
Or it's going to be like, oh, you're going to the gym again and not spending time with me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
she's going to start making cupcakes to try to get him fat again.
Yeah.
Boy.
I mean, that's subterfuge, but you get away with that. But I think it'll be more outwardly. That happens all the time. You see it sometimes, and maybe there's like I have seen it, and I don't know if it's a chicken or egg thing. Like, if you see a couple where one person like gets hot, drops 50 pounds, gets super ripped, starts taking and then the other one doesn't, there almost is always like, not always, but there are sometimes you see that the split happen. And I've seen it happen with like couple friends of mine. And I'm like, if one person gets incredibly fit and hot, there's a divorce on the horizon. Something's happening. Someone's prepping for or you get that in your brain that someone's prepping for like a single life.
Well, people start projecting that onto the couple.
Well, there's got to be a reason why they're getting in good shape.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of reason. It's not just for their own health. It's because they're getting prepared to leave me.
And then that causes people projecting onto them. That's what I'm saying. It's like a chicken and egg self-fulfilling prophecy thing where it's like people start projecting stuff onto this couple. They start feeling that. Someone starts feeling insecure. They start acting different. And then, it doesn't always happen, but it's an interesting thing. It's a psychological thing that's very, very bizarre. Instead of just being happy for your partner that they're like coming into their own.
Well, this just goes with couple growth. You have to, like, my therapist has always described it to me that couples, if you put your hands in front of you and you have them parallel to each other, like, if you evolve as a couple, you're going to go outward, you're going to go back to each other. You know, it's going to be this kind of flow. And so this is just part of his flow. He's out here, and it probably does make her feel insecure, like, maybe, oh my gosh, I still look like crap, or whatever she's thinking. She probably looks great.
Maybe she's a little jealous, too. Like,
and maybe
he's got the self-control to do it.
Yeah.
If anything, I think that a healthy sign of that is, hey, I'm bettering myself. I'm supporting you. You know what? You're inspiring me to get in better shape. I feel like that's hopefully where she'll go with it.
Yeah, I think there is some of that, too. I agree with you. When someone close to you does something you wish you could do, and you feel like they're having the discipline and resolve to do it, and you lack it, it becomes a reflection of your own failure.
Right.
Yeah, your insecurities pop out.
And then that amplifies your insecurity.
Yeah, well.
That's probably in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think this woman needs to get some therapy.
She does. She's got issues.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Chris Kerber. And we welcome Chris Kerber. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, everybody. How are you?
How are you? How are you doing, Chris, this morning?
You know what? I'm pretty good. I've got no complaints. Everybody's healthy. Got out to school okay, so we're all good.
Good home opener yesterday. I mean, as far as the outcome, you know, of the Blues losing last night, not so great. But as far as the pomp and circumstance that goes with the home opener, everything looked great. You guys sounded awesome.
Yeah, you know what? In terms of the controllable, which is everything but the result, I thought it was terrific. You know, the amount of work behind the scenes it takes to put those videos together, you know, the sights and sounds that people see. We've got an amazing crew. Our Blue Note Productions crew did an amazing job. Nick Gay and our community crew with the pep rally was awesome. You know, and it's just a great celebration of an organization, a team, and a city that you get to do once a year because you're so hyped up that after months and months without seeing a regular season game, you get to see one and you get to be a part of it. So that part's good. Well, the result on the ice was not good, but everything else around it was fantastic.
I think it's a little more special this year because the Blues right now are the only thing in town. Because the Cardinals, you know, crapped the bed this season, so there's no playoff baseball.
City crapped the bed.
City crapped the bed as well, so there's no soccer. You guys are, what's it? You guys are keeping us going.
Yeah, I hope we find a different bed. I got to be honest with you.
Well, listen, tough loss last night.
No staining the sheets.
Yeah, tough loss last night. Blues lose 4-1 to the Wild. It was wild. The 2 goals were called back. Now, one should not have been that Kyrou goal that was wiped away because of an early whistle. I don't know if you saw this, Moon.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw the timer one at the end of the
timer one, yes, legit. But the goal that Kyrou had that was called back was ridiculous. What was your take on that?
Well, there's a couple things. First off, and you know, if I'm going to be critical when I feel that we need to be critical on the referees, you got to kind of own it. So we all thought ESPN did. We saw the replays and stuff on a first period high sticking call against Alexei Toropchenko. According to Justin Falk and Drew Bannister, actually what we were all thinking was where the call was made, it was actually earlier in the shift the call apparently was made. So from a broadcaster standpoint, we missed that, and we're unfairly critical of Frederick Lacaille, the referee. So there's that one. So, but that's what allowed the first goal to be scored by the Minnesota Wild. All right, so you got that where people were a little fired up. I mean, everybody in your building, yes. Broadcasters, ESPN, they all thought that it was one play when it apparently was another play. So that set a unique tone. The other one, it's a tough one, Rizz, just because if you watch it, it looked as if the goaltender had covered up the puck, and he's got the puck corralled. Now the puck ends up squirting out. Kyrou's there. If you don't have a quick whistle there, the puck comes out and it continues. Could the Minnesota Wild have challenged that to say the puck was covered and then the pads were pushed potentially might have been Jake Neighbors? Maybe. Like that one could have been controversial either way. But that's something that you actually see You see that a lot. You'll see the puck where an official loses sight of it or covers it up. Now, when they lose sight of it, they're supposed to. The rule is when they lose sight of it, they're supposed to blow the whistle dead.
Okay, so immediately if a ref loses sight of the puck, whistle's blown.
Yeah, and now this one will mess you guys up. You ready? This is one I've never understood, and I've always disagreed with it. Intent to blow the whistle. So you may not hear a whistle. The puck can go in the net, and the referee can wave it off, says, I intended to blow the whistle. And we actually have seen this several times, and I'm sitting there thinking, how the hell hard is it to get that whistle to your mouth and blow, right? So if something happens in that 2 seconds that it takes to do that, that should go. But this is one of the cases where you're a little fired up because we thought it was, the wrong high-sticking scenario. Then you see that. In the end, the Blues just didn't do enough to overcome some pits of adversity that you've got to find ways to overcome in the course of a game like that.
Well, then you had the rare goalie goal yesterday.
Yeah, heck of a shot.
I've never seen one live.
Whoa,
it's the first time I had ever seen it live.
Wow. That's a bummer. It wasn't Bennington when you saw your first.
No kidding. And I still think we're going to see one with him. Joe Vitale had never seen one live. Now, Joe Hofer scored, I think, 2. Might have had hit a post on third. Almost had 2 in one game when he was down in Springfield. But, no, I had never seen one live, actually, until last night. All those years. This was kind of my time in the calling games in the minor leagues, guys. This is year number 31, right? So 31 seasons, I had never seen it. Tom Reed, who played for the Minnesota North Stars. He's in his 70s. He's been the broadcaster for Minnesota since they came into the league on top of it. Been involved in hockey pretty much his whole life. Mm-hmm. Came into the booth afterwards. He had never seen one live. So, to me, that's one of the great things about sports. Yes, it went against the Blues, but the thing that makes sports great is on a nightly basis, you don't know what you're going to see. I mean, yesterday, right, was the anniversary of Ozzie Smith's famous home run, or was it 2 days ago? That he hit left-handed.
A couple days ago,
right. Okay, you're at that playoff game. You see Ozzie Smith swinging from that side of the plate, the left side of the plate. You don't think he's going to hit a home run. He had never hit one that's the great thing about sports. So you
never know.
Even in a situation where the game is pretty much done, we saw something that's extremely rare to see, and I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah, tough start of the season for Nick Leddy. I know this has been one of these storylines. Through 4 games, he's been on the ice for 7 goals, almost 2 a game. How does he turn it around?
Well, listen, this is a Stanley Cup champion player. He won the Stanley Cup. He's played 1,000 games in the league. Sometimes you're just going to get some bad luck, and it's going to snowball against you. It's only 4 games. Now, look, the St. Louis Blues they have found themselves down by at least 2 goals in every single game so far. Mm-hmm. That's not all on Nick Leddy. How does he turn it around? He does what he knows how to do. He's playing with a good D partner. He's a good defenseman. Some of those, look at those bounces. He thought that puck was offside on that power play goal. Actually, Joe Vitale thought, and said it right at the same time, he goes, that play might be offside. That puck took some wacky bounces. Justin Falk, for example, on that shorthanded goal, goes to the wall to block the puck. It hits a partition in the glass and shoots to the middle of the ice, right? So I don't look a whole lot into it at the moment. Yes, it's a tough start. I think it'd be no different than, say, a goal scorer, let's say last year. Jordan Kyrou has 6 points already on the year. He didn't get that till game 12 last year, right? Yep. And he had it in the first 3 games. So I look at it similar to something like that, and I don't worry too much about it.
I wonder what it does to a player's confidence when during the game you get moved from the top line to the third line.
Yeah, it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call, without a doubt. And sometimes it's situational. Sometimes it's because of your play. Sometimes it's the other team's matchup is going really well. When that does happen and you talk to guys about it, the thing that's important to them is it's just communication from the coach as to what's going on and what they're expecting. And you see something like that quite often.
All right. Well, listen, Islanders in town tomorrow. Saturday, the Hurricanes are here. We're only 4 games in, but it is. I mean, listen, we're in it, man. It's happening. Blues hockey.
Let's go Blues.
Hey, by the way, guys, Rizz Night, holy cow! Rizz Night, from a ticket sales standpoint, is kicking some serious
nice.
butt.
Well,
Yeah, dude.
Megan Little was in here last week, and she showed us what the theme night jerseys.
Coolest looking theme jerseys of all time.
Yeah, no, listen, I saw those. I want to get my hands on one too. And here's the thing,
Ticket.
like, and you guys have known this because it happened when the theme item was the Jeff Burton bobblehead.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Rizz Night can sell out in terms of the item.
Yes.
Okay, so you got to make sure that we get all the weirdos out there that are still jumping on if you thought about it. Because I'm telling you something, like
January
I
16th.
saw the numbers. Yeah, I saw the numbers. It's you guys are like outpacing any other theme night by a total of 3-1 right
screw
now.
you, Star
And
Wars
that's
night.
all we
Hell
care about.
yes.
Yeah. Down with Darth.
Yeah, January 16th, get your tickets through the Blues website, but you got to go to the theme night page and click specifically RizzShow Night to get that awesome, super sweet Blues RizzShow jersey. It's amazing.
It is. It is. Love it.
Curbside podcast up and going. I know a new episode dropped last night.
Yeah, if anybody misses, like if you missed part of the game or you want to hear the highlights and some analysis, we put it up. Grant Francis with 101 does a great job helping me produce it now. So you get highlights, you get our breakdown after the game. It's basically a 15 to 20 minute post-game show that you can download the very next morning, and that way you'll know everything you need to know about the game and sound like you were in the locker room with everybody.
Awesome. Well, Chris, we love you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, cheers, guys. Have an awesome week.
All right, there he is. Great. Chris Kramer, everybody. All right, listen, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we are going to play Do It, Bitch. Moon, if you would, the Great Wheel. The Great Wheel will decide the teams.
Wheel.
So Lern is out doing something right now. So Lern, Moon, Rafe, King Scott on the Great Wheel, spinning.
Spinning.
All right, so Lern first.
Whoa.
Good click. Over.
Okay, no,
but it didn't.
All right, Lern will be teamed up with who? Let's see here. Lern and...
Whoa. Dragging the wheel.
Lern and Rafe.
Southern Illinois.
Dial up, huh?
Lern and Rafe versus Moon and King Scott.
The
All right.
champs.
So here's what we got. We got Godsmack tickets. We got Asking Alexandria tickets. We got tickets for our Shipwrecked Halloween party, which will be next Saturday over at the Ballpark Village. We've got Tom Green tickets, and we got tickets to go see the Blues and Winnipeg Jets next Tuesday, the 22nd, over at Enterprise. So the Great Wheel decided the teams. Each team will have a gambler and a guesser. The guesser will leave the room. I'll give the gamblers a category. We'll go back and forth, depending on how many things their teammate will get in that category within 10 seconds. If the gambler thinks the other team has overplayed their hand, they'll say, do it, bitch. We'll bring the guessers back in, and we'll see if the guesser can make good on the gamble. Best of 5, losing team, get shot with the airsoft gun. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Scott, get me 4 people, and we'll play Do It, Bitch next. Everybody's all kind of puckered up.
Well, me especially. I'm already getting shot 3 times today, and I don't want to be shot.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, you cannot
did you
afford
really?
to lose.
When you were planning this out, whenever I told you, I don't know, on Monday, I was like, yeah, can we not play Do It, Bitch on Wednesday? Because I'm probably going to leave or
that was
get
sweet
shot.
of you.
And then you evilly, I swear to God, you are the Antichrist sometimes, because I literally said, I was like, can we just maybe play it on Thursday? Like, I know you're going to be off Friday.
Okay, well,
and you
know
still
what?
did it on Wednesday.
If you wind up losing,
we're not gonna lose.
If you wind up losing, Do It, Bitch, we'll put off your shot till tomorrow. Okay?
No, we're gonna have them all. I mean, I'm here. I might as well torture myself till death. That's how I feel.
Okay, well, it'll be fine.
Cool.
It'll be fine.
Right.
You have a losing attitude today.
I don't. I believe in Rafe Dean Williams more than
right.
anything.
Well, let's do it.
She literally.
Go. I'm just saying, it doesn't feel good to get shot.
No, it doesn't.
It sucks.
Stand by for the sponsor.
Brought to you by Friedrich HVAC Systems. Get serious about comfort and energy savings with Friedrich. Visit Friedrich.com.
Thank you, Voice Scott.
Thank you.
Hold for the sponsor.
Hold anger. Hold rage.
Continue complaining. Wow, you guys.
It sucks.
Okay, listen. We're all friends here. It's going to be great. It is team Lern and Rafe. So Ill versus the Cousin Brothers, Moon and King Scott.
Yes.
All right, do it, bitch. Let's get the teammates on the phone here. Kyle, good morning.
Good morning.
Kyle, team Lern and Rafe or team Moon and King?
Let's go Lern and Rafe.
Okay.
He doesn't want tickets.
Hang
That's
on.
interesting.
Colton, team Lern and Rafe or Moon and King Scott?
Let's do Moon and King Scott.
That's right.
Colton.
Guaranteed winner.
Okay, Scott, let's not be cocky here. AJ, who are you going with?
I'll go with Moon and King Scott.
King Scott. Okay.
AJ, what a silly name. Those are just letters.
Jason, who are you going with?
Good morning. Had to do Moon and King Scott.
All right. Moon.
Yeah, why don't you go do them, Jason? That's cool.
Okay.
Kyle, you're our guy.
All right, up for winning here. We got Godsmack tickets, Asking Alexandria. We got tickets to our Shipwrecked Halloween party. We got tickets to go see Tom Green at the pageant, and we got tickets for the Blues and Jets next Tuesday over at Enterprise. All right, so Lern wrote down who is going to be their gambler first and who their guesser is first. So I go to King, Scott, and Moon. Who will be your first gambler and who will be your first guesser?
King Scott's the captain. Tell him.
I'm gambling first, and he's guessing first.
King Scott is gambling first, and for Team Lern and Rafe, you folded this.
I threw it at you. I'm so mad at you today.
Who's your gambler?
Scott.
Okay, Rafe will be the gambler first, and Lern will be the guesser first. So let's get the guessers out of the studio.
Yeah, let's do that.
You had the timer ready there, Mooners? Mm-hmm. Let me make sure I have my buzzer ready.
It's a big moment.
It works.
We got this.
All right.
She
Here we go.
She threatened to end our friendship if I didn't pull through with this. She's not happy about the shots.
Got you, Moon.
Okay.
Strategy in place.
Gamblers. Our first category is Jim Carrey movies. Jim Carrey movies. Now, not necessarily starring. If Jim Carrey was in the movie, it
So like
counts.
Copper Mountain, he was in it.
What the hell is Copper Mountain?
Exactly.
Okay, say Copper Mountain.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey movies. How many Jim Carrey movies will your partner be able to name in 10 seconds? We'll start with King Scott.
Glad you did. He could easily do 4.
King Scott says Moon can name 4 Jim Carrey movies in 10 seconds. Can Lern do 5?
Let me think about this. This is tough. I don't know. I don't know if she's a big Jim. If it was like Myers, I think yes. But Jim Carrey's wheelhouse. Let me see what Let me think about this. Ace Ventura 2, Dumb and Dumber. Gets a little. I'm trying to think. It gets a little.
I will accept
murky
Ace
after.
Ventura 2. She doesn't have to say When Nature Calls.
Okay.
Okay.
The Mask. 5.
5. Can Moon do 6?
Yes, Moon could easily do 6.
Can Lern do 7?
I'm going to say. Moon will say. Ace Ventura.
It's on 6. Can Lern do 7?
Little guy.
Eternal. Liar, liar.
She'll get that. Ay. She'll get Eternal. That's her favorite movie. She'll get Dumb and Dumber. She'll get Ace Ventura. I think she'll get The Mask. I think it's going to get murky after that. I think it's going to get. We're going to get in the weeds. Because when's the last time he had a movie come out? Not a lot recently.
I mean, are we going to get a Me, Myself, and Irene? Are we going to get a...
yeah.
Andy Kaufman.
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon, there we go.
7.
7. I'm going to need an answer.
23 one of them?
That's a rough one. Damn, I want to bet on her, but I kind of feel like Moon's been having brain freeze lately, and we could get him on this.
So, can we get a do it, bitch? Or
Let's just do it, bitch.
All right,
Do it, bitch.
Okay. It's on Moon for 6.
Yeah, I know. It's just not enough. It's tough. This is tough.
Okay, I'm calling him in. Okay.
His butt's all clenched up, so.
So it's team
Why are you looking at my butt?
Lern and Rafe versus team Moon and King Scott. And before you put your headphones on, Lern,
Yeah.
I need you to switch with Moon because Moon is up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna still have my headphones on.
Okay, now Moon's going to operate the... Lern's going to operate the timer.
Start it now.
Okay, Moon, the number is 6. 6 and 10 seconds. I need you to name at least 6 Jim Carrey movies.
Liar, Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumber 2. Let's see, 27 Doors. Oh shoot. Oh gosh, no, we're not doing this.
Oh man,
Wow.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yes.
27 Doors.
Yeah, it was like
24 or
23.
Batman.
23 Doors or something like that.
23 Doors.
Yeah, it was terrible.
All right.
Oh yeah. See, I wouldn't have known which Batman it was though. I would have got
My
it wrong.
bestie.
I'm
Thanks,
sure.
pal.
I knew you'd get Eternal. I had you
would've
for
been
5. I got to 5. I think you
Would
would have gotten it.
would you be able to do 7?
No. I'm like just sitting here thinking like, okay, so you got Batman and Robin, right? He was in that one. Eternal, Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumber 2.
It was a good negotiation.
I thought I was doing the right thing
It was
because
a good
Liar,
negotiation.
I was
back
going
and
next, and I was definitely
thought you would get-
Truman
thought I
Show.
walked him into it.
I thought you would
All
get
right.
It was
Eternal,
close.
Truman, maybe the base
Guesser's out.
Ventura and the sequel.
Always Ventura.
Guesser's out. Guesser's out. Guesser's out.
Proud of you, Rafe. Thank you.
Proud of you.
You guys did nothing, but you're proud of yourselves.
Yep.
It's
That's how our.
It
how
was
we
a
roll.
good.
for the
It was a
course.
good. It was a good gambling session. It really was. Okay. Lern and Moon. The next category is Michael Jackson songs.
Oh, it's just a thriller.
Michael Jackson.
and you have to
songs.
nail the title, right? Like I would have had to nail the titles of the movies. and-
I even, even with that, I would have said, if you would have said Ace Ventura 2, I would have accepted it.
So Billie
Because
Jean.
Dumb and Dumber 2 is not.
Thriller.
I don't think that would have counted.
Black and white.
Dumb and Dumber 2, I think, counted.
Wasn't
I
it
would have
some-
counted
Wasn't
it.
that some cutesy name? Wasn't there something else?
Dumb and Dumberer.
Yeah, it's Dumber
Yeah.
Dumberer.
Oh, that's a different one?
I think that's a different one.
Oh, so Dumb and Dumber 2 was real.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right, so-
Michael Jackson songs. I'm going to start with, I started with King Scott, so I'm going to start with Lern.
Okay.
How many Michael Jackson songs?
Can Rafe get?
can
I
Rafe
mean,
get? If you're close, I'll give it to you.
he's
Like,
a
if
dancing
you're close.
machine. I'm gonna say, the dude is good for 5.
Can Scott name 6 Michael Jackson songs? Michael Jackson.
Thriller. Billie Jean. Black or white.
Nah, do it, bitch.
Do a bitch. All right, let's see. Yeah.
So it's 5. It's
Man
on.
in the Mirror.
It's on Ray for 5. Here we go. Oh boy,
Oh man.
I see what you're doing here.
Correct titles.
I'll give some grace.
Why would you give grace?
I would have given grace to you too.
He's the Antichrist. He's
No,
trying
no,
a
you
new thing
shouldn't,
called
though.
grace.
But it's my game.
But a right answer is a right answer.
But I said I
So here
will
they
give-
come.
I will give grace. I told you
Hey,
before
just-
you.
Stop yelling at me. Just play the game.
I can already hear the controversy.
Ask him if he's okay today.
Oh,
go.
don't ask me that. I'm having a good day.
You
Okay.
okay, man?
Choosing joy.
Guys, the number is 5.
Okay.
5 of something in 10 seconds. And Rafe Williams, you are up.
This is.
5.
Woo, huh, Scott?
Yeah, I was waiting for the
This
switcheroo.
was hostile.
Okay.
All right.
Rafe,
Yeah.
in 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 5 Michael Jackson songs.
Thriller. Beat It. Want to be starting something. Dirty Diana. Bad.
Boom.
Peace out.
Woo! Wow.
Would you have taken fat?
No.
Okay.
The clock was started. I just didn't have it potted up.
Think you could have done 6?
Could you have done 6?
Nope.
Really?
I'm not a.
I'm gonna
I've
be
heard.
honest.
I've heard of that
Oh,
guy.
so proud of you right
I was
now.
out. I might have been. I was like, all those hit. Then I was like, I was gonna try and do one for good measure. Then I felt my brain starting to be like, what's the name Michael Jackson song? Black or White. That was the only other one that popped in right at the end.
Heal the world.
Moon.
Bye. All right.
He's so somber right now.
What's he mad about?
I don't know.
No, he.
What was the argument on coming in?
I already broke our rule.
I said I would
once.
give, before they even started gambling, like I would give some grace on titles. Like if he missed like a the or whatever, it's like I would give grace. And then once Moon said, do it, bitch, he goes, no grace. I go, no, I said grace. I said there'd be a little grace.
Okay.
I said him right though, right?
Yeah, you were fine.
Yep.
All right.
No controversy.
The next
Nice
category is
Doggone it.
Fast food chains that sell hamburgers.
Damn, we just talked about this in the hallway.
That's
so crazy.
Fast.
Literally just said what I would bet high on her on is like mnemonic stuff where I'm like, have you been there? Mall stores, fast food chains, restaurants.
Fast food chains that sell hamburgers. So Taco Bell does not sell hamburgers.
Nope.
You right.
Taco
Del
John's
Taco
does
does.
not.
Del Taco does.
Del Taco does. Okay. So fast food chains that sell hamburgers.
Taco John's does sell hamburgers, by the way. They have taco burgers.
Okay, fine. Fine. All right, we're going to start with, we did King first, then we did Lern, and now we'll go with King.
All righty.
King.
Glad you did. Moon could easily name 5.
Can Lern do 6? Fast food chains that sell hamburgers.
McDonald's. Think about this. Think about this. Trying to get in her head. I'm trying to
Learn,
top of my head.
do
the
6.
vegan. Can the vegan do it? There's so many, right? Or are there? There's as many as we think.
There's a lot.
McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's. We take Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
Sure.
as different restaurants.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, Carl's
Rallies.
Jr., Dairy Queen, Rallies. It's getting thin after
See, like
that.
Chick-fil-A does not.
It's getting thin after that.
Okay, so that's not a burger.
It's not a burger. Hamburger.
What am I up to?
I have no idea. 6. Can Lern do 6?
Yeah, she can do 6.
Can Moon do 7?
Of course you can, but I'm going to say do it, bitch.
Okay.
Ooh, calls my bluff.
Okay. All right, here come our guessers back into the room.
Guesser's in.
Guessers in.
Laces out. Let's go.
All right, Lern.
What?
Going to switch spots again with Moon.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, great. Let's go.
You're at,
Captain
take
Planet.
accountability for your own ass right now.
The
Go.
number is 6.
Do it for your cheeks.
The number is 6. Lern, in 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 6 fast food chains that sell hamburgers.
Hardee's, McDonald's, Lion's Choice. Oh, no. Burger King. Steak and Shake. And Mother F. I don't eat hamburgers, dude. I haven't
Doesn't matter.
So? I'm just arguing for argument's sake. I haven't bought a damn cheeseburger in
Do you want to do
15 years.
Doesn't matter.
Do you want to do a dance and high five? You want to taunt these guys
Yeah,
like they
please.
taunt us?
You guys should do it.
Don't start that.
This is Scott and I are just like, one of us should be doing something.
Yeah, you can celebrate.
One of us should be
Legit.
screaming.
Hamburger
All right.
my ass.
Out.
Hamburger my ass.
He said he would take Carl's Jr. and Hardee's as separate
Of
things.
course, they
and
are
then I was
separate
like,
No, you did all
And
right.
rallies.
It's
Going
fine.
for it.
I don't blame you. That's on me. That's on me.
They are
right?
separate entities. All right.
I agree.
Out.
On me
Rallies
for
checkers.
being a damn vegan. Here we go.
Okay. Lern and Rafe up 2-1.
Lion's Choice, unfairly for Lern, Lion's Choice was just taken through the hallway, so that was like top of mind.
Right.
And
I know
you
that-
know what? If you notice what I was counting, I put my finger
I
down.
did too.
Yeah,
I did
count.
too. I
That did not
Kinda
count.
messed you
roast
up.
beef. I was like, absolutely not.
I bet you'd have got there had you not been distracted by the fries.
know.
Lion's
Through the
Choice is
hallway.
here?
yeah,
Yeah,
but not
no,
for
they
us.
took it to the Courtney show. What is that?
Oh.
Why would you do that?
All right. The next category is female pop singers. Female solo pop singers. From any era. Doesn't matter. It's like, I'll even take like Tina Turner.
Well, yeah.
Dolly. Pop
Yeah.
Stevie
I'll
Nicks,
take-
you'll take?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think those are coming.
Oh, you don't?
I think he's going to say the word pop, and even if they think of that, they're going to.
But it is. Those are pop singers from all eras.
Right. Okay.
All right. So we'll start with Lern.
Oh.
How many female pop singers can Rafe Williams name?
He can definitely do 6.
6. Can Scott do 7?
Yeah, he can do 7.
Can Rafe do 8?
Let's see. What is King Scott gonna do? He's gonna get his country girls out.
I'll even accept. Would you accept Reba as a female pop singer? I think she's crossed over into the pop category. Can Rafe do 8?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can do 8. He just went to the Charlie XCX show. Like, he's in it. He loves pop music. I'm gonna say do it, bitch.
Okay. Scott on 7. Oh, the look of disappointment on your face.
She just said that Rafe could do it, and he went to a pop show, but
you know what? I want to see what King's got in him today. I do.
I don't think he has it, to be honest.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Boy, we were really rattling off burger joints out there.
We nailed it.
Dang it.
All right, guys, the number 7. 7. And King Scott, you want to watch Rafe, watch you do it. So
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Scott, I need you to name in 10 seconds at least 7 female pop singers.
Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, Madonna, Carrie Underwood, Shania Twain, Madonna, and Brandy.
That was 7. That was 8.
He got it. I'm proud of you.
I'm glad I got Brandy in there.
I said you could do 8, but I wanted to see how he's working
You got
today.
it.
Scott, I didn't even think you could do 7, but I thought she was going to push him, and I was going to make it go there.
Shania Twain.
I know my pop.
You defied us
That
all.
we're accepting as
Yeah,
a
Yes, because
female
I would have said Reba McEntire if you would have said it.
Cross
Shania
genre.
Twain did cross over to the pop category.
That's all I'm asking. That's fine.
Okay.
It's legit.
That's good. You got kind of held up on a couple of Selenas. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that the original Selena was
Thank you.
first.
Selena
before
and then Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
You did it.
You
Who did
are the
say?
man.
Gaga, Selena Gomez.
Scott,
Madonna,
you are the
Shania.
man.
Madonna, Shania.
He said
Get
Madonna
it.
twice, but he went over.
Yeah, he said Brandy at the buzzer.
Brandy at the buzzer.
Okay.
Oh, you said Madonna twice.
He said Madonna twice, but then he branded at the buzzer.
I was trying to. He said somebody weird in the middle.
That was
That I was like,
Selena
whoa,
and
that
then
came out of
Selena
nowhere.
Gomez.
Man.
There was another weird one that was like, that I was like, oh, that's not really pop, but man, it was just a big switch.
All right,
It
guys.
was country, maybe?
Horror.
Country.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. I was like, oh man,
Crossed over.
no, I agree with it. I'm just like, he went hard from like legit pop into country, and that's when I thought,
knew
once
with
he went
two
into
country
country,
guys.
I was like, it's over.
Well,
I knew
she's
we had
one
two
of my
country guys in the
favorites.
hallway. I knew we'd get some country stuff. All right.
Good job, man.
Horror movie villains. Horror movie villains. Horror movie villains. Okay, King Scott, you start. Horror movie villains. How many can Moon name?
He could easily
For the
get-
win.
Okay, for the win. So this is a big deal.
This is a big deal. We're tied up 2-2.
He could easily do 4.
4. Can Lern do 5? Horror movie villains.
Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky. He's gonna get that
Gizmo.
after that. How many?
Can Lern do 5?
Yes, 5.
Can Moon do 6?
I'm going to say, do it, bitch.
All right.
Damn
fine.
it.
Five's the number. Okay.
Damn it. You have no belief in your cousin, dude.
No, it's a good. That's their strategy.
Well, guess what? Strategy's about to bite somebody in the ass.
All right, the number's 5. 5 is the number, and Lern, it's on you to win this for your team.
Oh, God.
It is on little learning.
Be with me.
It is on little Lern shoulders.
Little Lern. Everything's on her.
Hey.
Let's go.
The number's 5.
Don't let them cheeks get clapped today.
Could win it, or you could
The
lose
number
it.
is
You could lose
5.
or win.
Yeah.
Lern, let's just get this out of the way.
Tie break.
In 10 seconds, I need you to name at least 5 horror movie villains.
Jason, Freddy, Chucky, Linda Blair's Reagan, let's see, Art the Clown, and also It, the Clown, Pennywise.
Yep.
Okay.
We're good. You're good.
Wow!
Nice.
You did it. Wow!
Holy smokes.
Save that ass.
My season,
You did it.
my people.
Did it.
It's all good.
See, I
Good
stated
job.
the
Wow, you
strategy.
pulled. What was the
job.
one?
I'm sorry.
Linda Blair's
Colton,
Reagan.
AJ,
Linda Blair's
AJ.
Reagan.
When she said
Wow.
that, I'm like, this is over.
That was crazy.
The fact that she knew that one, this is over.
What's that? What's Linda Blair's?
That's the
The
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
I couldn't think
my
of her
gosh.
name, her character's name.
It
And
was
then
the
Ronald
demon.
Reagan flashed before my eyes.
Yeah.
Wild.
Wow, that was really impressive.
All right, guys.
Save your own
Congratulations
ass.
to
Good job.
Well done.
the
So
Ill team.
we're taking the shots tomorrow, you said?
Congratulations, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
And Kyle.
The only one who had faith.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, King Scott, it was you two versus King Scott. because I gave this team nothing.
Do you want to tell them our strategy?
I'm giving them. I'm giving
what was the strategy?
every bit
You're
of
gonna tell us
energy I have to be upright today.
It was to bet. So it was them never go. That was the strategy.
No. Our strategy is this 5-word thing that I wrote down and showed Scott, and it's don't make me do anything.
I did my best, right?
He did. Even you so low.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll dish out the shots. It is 9:30. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Still a lot of trouble, but it's starting to clear a little bit. Severe delays of 17 minutes at 270 eastbound between 55 and Gravelway. Average speed still 5 miles an hour. Your point forecast chilly this morning with a high of 61. Right now it is 43 at the Point Studio.
All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. First off, make sure you check out the clip of the day, brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also going to shout out the hats on our heads and these wonderful, fantastic companies for making their donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. I'll start with Rafe Williams.
Oh, yeah. And I'm ready, too, believe me.
You're always ready, always.
Did you do that just because I was looking up there?
Yes.
And you got me. EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. Reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. Call 618-866-5484. EcoFlowGutterSolutions.com.
Moon, your head is sponsored by
Accredited Roofing, building trust with every roof, excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Contact Accredited Roofing today at 618-616-7515.
And Lern.
Yeah, by State Fire Protection Corporation. Yeah. Protecting lives, safeguarding futures. Our fire protection promise. Big Terry loves them some fire protection.
Yep. Big Terry does love that. And I love Ives Towing. 24/7 tow truck service in southern St. Louis. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989. That's Ives Towing. And a big thanks to all four of those companies for sponsoring our heads, man of many hats, and that generous donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. All right, today's podcast is titled...
Oh, you want to hear about Susie's mom?
Oh. Slut.
What a big whore.
All right, what else you got? We got a meeting in 10 minutes.
Just punk rock Christmas coming up. We're in the studio busy. That's what we're doing every single day and night right now. Releasing some new music the week after next, most likely, in time for December 7th, 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show at The Pageant. Tickets are available at thepageant.com.
All right, thank you, Moon. Lern.
Come out and see me this Saturday. I'm going to be in Fairview Heights. We're going to have the billboard out there at Gabe's. It's the grand opening for this place. It's a shop that's going to be perfect for all of you families out there, so come on out. It's on Lincoln Trail, Fairview Heights. I'll be there from noon until 2. And then if you're in Washington, Missouri, this Saturday night, my band Leoneros is going to be playing The Alley. I would love to see you. I think we're playing from like 8 to 11.
All right. Rafe.
Come out to Hot Shots Fenton tomorrow. Watch Anthony Stalter and I arm wrestle while he gloats about their 7 or 8, I don't know how many times they've won.
6
in a row, and we're about to turn it all around. Break his arm as a psych out move. Yeah. Or come out Saturday. You can sign the billboard at that event, or on Saturday at Oktoberfest in Westport. I will be out there from 4 to 6, and you can sign the billboard there as well. Check out yesterday's number 2 show. I had a riveting conversation about Jack Buck's call of Kirk Gibson's home run. But get tickets for October 25th, the day before our Shipwrecked Halloween at Vice's in Redbud. I am doing a show, a comedy show there. So go to Vice's Facebook page and get tickets there, or check it out on my Instagram. Bye.
Scott.
You can follow me at King Scott Rules, and I'm going to go to some Targets today, see if we can find some fights over these tumblers. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
So join me at
that. For fights. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots. St. Louis home for Blues hockey. From Springfield, Missouri, Casey Willoughby is our Teamers Member of the Day. Here it is. We will see